All right, it's almost football time. You get that with that. They played it a little bit early tonight.
Hey, they did, but hey, 13-member band there, strong for Harriman. I love to see it. Single A football, it's rare to have a band, so I love seeing that.
Interrupted our pregame coverage a little bit, but that's okay. We will always pause for the national anthem. So, anyway, like you were saying, we're talking about that Meigs County-South Pitt matchup. It's such a major game, as you got Meigs County, which is always one of the best teams in Double A, and you got South Pittsburgh, which is always one of the top teams in Single A, and I think you were explaining your thoughts on that one.
Oh, yeah, South Pittsburgh is a program I'm very familiar with from coaching college football and recruiting there extensively. They do things different in South Pittsburgh, and let me tell you, football is priority, and the whole community demands success. I'm going to say South Pitt might just squeak in an upset right there.
Yeah, it'd be really close. I'll be honest, last year when they played, South Pitt got that win over Meigs County, and I was really surprised.
Yeah, we both were at that time. Yep.
Yeah. So those are some of the games going on tonight. Got some other games that we're going to talk about, maybe some that have some playoff implications. But first, we're going to take another break as we are in our pregame coverage, and you are tuned in to the OEB Law Game of the Week.
Chili cook-off. Our girls played in the softball finals last spring. You're not just another policyholder to us. We remember your name. Hi, Cheryl.
He remembered my name.
Because it's your name. That's simple human sense.
Ask Griffin Insurance Agency in Kingston if auto owners make sense for you.
Jeff, Mary, Dan, Sarah.
Planning a funeral can be difficult at best, but it can be a lot easier if you work with people who care. That's Davis Funeral Home in Harriman and Wartburg. Davis Funeral Home gives attention to every detail, ensuring your loved ones will be remembered with honor and integrity. Davis Funeral Home works very hard to give you the most professional service possible. Davis Funeral Homes, Morgan Avenue in Harriman and Old Mill Road in Wartburg. Davis Funeral Homes, people who care.
Hi, I'm Ray Varner, and we've got the vehicles you need to make the most of this season.
Whether you're exploring the great outdoors or cheering on your favorite team, let's take your fall to the next level in this new 2020 Ford F-150, $24,990. New 2020 Ford Explorer XLT, $40,986. New 2020 Ford Fusion, $19,698. At Ray Varner Ford in Clinton, we are Ford Truck Country. Come and see us today. Shop RayVarnerFord.com.
Gibson along with you for the OEB Law Game of the Week. OEB turns your rack into a check. Any rack, big or small, can turn your life upside down with bills, inconvenience, lost wages, and stress. OEB understands and knows you need a full and fair compensation for those losses and to help you get your life back to as normal as possible. That's OEB. Go to reckontoacheck.com for more information, or you can give a call to 865-546-1111. A possible region championship is on the line tonight when Farragut meets up with Dobbins-Bennett. I think it's safe to say that region is between three teams now, and if the Admirals can pull it out, they would be heavy favorites to end the season with that coveted gold plaque in Region 1-6A. That game taking place in the Knoxville province. Your thoughts?
Well, if Farragut is going to win tonight, they have got to get that offense going, as DB, listen to this, has only been allowing 2.8 points per game. That's impressive. So let's see what kind of offensive game plan Farragut comes out with tonight, because if it ain't popping, that could get ugly.
Yeah, that is very impressive. A game with a pretty big playoff implication takes place on Watts Bar Lake tonight as Scott High travels to Kingston to take on the Yellow Jackets. Both of these teams got huge wins against Austin East, even though Scott High's came from a COVID forfeit. With as strong as Gatlinburg-Pittman looks, I think it's safe to say at this point that Region 2 Class 3A will see Alcoa as the 1 seed, GP as the 2 seed, and Pigeon Forge, Scott High, and Kingston all fighting to get the final 2 spots. The winner of this game tonight will get a leg up on the competition for extra games, as you see the graphic on your screen with the Region 2 3A standings.
You know, I'm anxious to see how Kingston responds after that disappointing loss against a down Stone Memorial team. You know, Scott County's always plays Kingston tough, but Kingston historically owns this series, and it's not even close. So let's see how this plays out tonight.
I would say for sure don't count Pigeon Forge out of that mix. They're still there. But this Kingston-Scott High game, let's say that Pigeon Forge does find a way to get into that third spot. This game tonight could determine who gets that fourth spot, so we'll see what happens. We'll keep our eye on that score to give you updates. You know, Rockwood's riding high after defeating Oneida last week in a classic traditional football game. I had a whole lot planned to talk about pertaining to the Tigers this week, but the regularly scheduled game against Cumberland County got canceled. Why? COVID-19, of course. So about 30 hours ago, we find out Rockwood will have a home game against one of Cumberland County's region opponents, Stone Memorial. And when you compare Stone with CCHS, you realize the two teams have a lot in common. So let's just do some copying and pasting of what I wanted to say and tweak it a little bit. Now the Tigers are still playing at Civitan Field to take on a Cumberland County team, just not the Jets. Cumberland County's winless, but Stone isn't much better with 2 wins against smaller schools. One of those wins came against Kingston, however, and Kingston beat Rockwood earlier this season by 2 scores. If one is looking at records, you might think Rockwood would be favored in this game, but to quote Coach Lee Corso, not so fast, my friend. This has makings of a very competitive, hard-nosed football game.
You know, you're exactly right. As I fully expect a close game tonight, Stone pulled off a huge upset over Kingston, a Roane County team, and they will look to continue that success over Roane County teams tonight versus Rockwood. But I think John Webb's Rockwood Tigers will pull this one out if they can control the line of scrimmage and play mistake-free football.
If they play like they did last week when we saw them against Oneida, I also think they have a great chance of getting that W versus Stone Memorial. Let's look at some other games of interest that are going on tonight, maybe some that we didn't exactly touch on. As you see, Anderson County's open. We'll get to see them next week. I'm really excited to be in AC to see the Mavericks play. Campbell County's open tonight. Oak Ridge is also open. Midway is at Harriman. That's where we are tonight. We'll talk about that one in just a little bit. Clinton goes to Fulton. That has potential to be a really good game.
It really does, and then that Clinton team is hungry and they're needing a W.
Sunbright's at Oliver Springs. Stone Memorial is at Rockwood. We talked about that one. Kingston Scott. Jellicoe at Wartburg. The Bulldogs are going to look to try to get finally a win on the season as they take on the Blue Devils of Jellicoe.
Yeah, Wartburg's hungry for it, and they deserve it up there.
All right, and since we're so close to the end of the season, let's take a look and run through the region standings in just a moment, because it's almost playoff time.
It is.
So you see on your screen the Region 2 1A standings. You've got Coalfield sitting atop there. Coalfield has already clinched a playoff berth. You've got Oliver Springs right there behind them, and this Oliver Springs Midway Coalfield battle to see who gets that 1, 2, and 3 spot will be fun, because you know all those games. Coalfield has already played Midway, of course, but Oliver Springs, Midway still have to play. Coalfield and Midway still have to play. And then you've got a fight for who's going to get that 4th spot. And so Harriman needs this game tonight to help them get there. And so we'll see what they are able to do on the field. And then you've got Sunbright and Oakdale trailing the rear there.
73, Jacob Lemons.
In your Region 2 2A standings, Meigs County, of course, undefeated, sitting up top. Then you've got Oneida and you've got Rockwood. Now you're wondering, like, why is Oneida in front of Rockwood since Rockwood beat Oneida last week? Well, it's just a technicality, because the region record, Oneida has 2 region wins, Rockwood only has 1. So once this starts playing out, if they get equal records, Rockwood would hold the tiebreaker over Oneida and would get that home playoff game. And if I'm making a prediction right now, I'm telling you that's probably what's going to happen, as Rockwood, I expect, to finish 2nd in the region and Oneida to finish 3rd. And then you got Cumberland Gap getting that win over Wartburg last week, all but sealed a playoff berth. It's not a done deal yet, but Wartburg would have to have a couple pretty big upsets to take that away from Cumberland Gap. So In your 3A Region 2 standings, of course, you're going to talk about Alco, always at the top of the standings there. Gatlinburg-Pittman's having a really good season. And then we talked about this little tango here. You've already seen this graphic once. As Kingston, Scott High, and Pigeon Forge are all battling for those last 2 playoff spots. And then, oddly, just incredibly, actually, Austin East is sitting down there, 6th in the region, 0-6 record.
It's been a while, but I have seen it several times. It comes in spurts at Austin East and Fulton right now. I've actually never seen that at Fulton, so surprising.
Yeah, Northview Academy, of course, at the bottom of that list. Let's look at your 4A standings for Region 2. You've got East Hamilton, which is,
in my opinion, it's one of the biggest surprises in that region.
Yeah, they're having a lot better season than maybe one would expect. They've got that 5-1 record, but they're still. I don't think they're on Anderson County's level, and they'll let that play out on the field, and we'll see what happens. But then you got Howard and Hickson there sitting at 1-1 each in the region. Chattanooga Central at 1-2. East Ridge Sequoia still looking for that first region win, but you're looking at that 3rd and 4th playoff spot. Again, that is something to watch for in that region as well. In 5A, Knox West is leading that region after getting the win last night against Powell. And for West is always solid with Coach Cummings, always solid. But I've not seen them, up top of this region. So for them to be on top of Powell, to be on top of Oak Ridge and Fulton struggling, this is that game last night was huge for West in order to take that next step. Of course, West does have a state championship recent, but this region is brutal.
Oh, this is the strongest region and probably of the whole state of Tennessee. I mean, if you look at those rosters of these teams in Region 3, 5A, there's a bunch of Division I prospects hanging out on those rosters. So there's a lot of talent.
Indeed. All right, I tell you what. Let's look at these AP polls. You got West sitting at number 1, followed by Powell, and then Central. It's amazing that those 3 teams are all in the Knoxville area.
Yeah, and close.
And close together, yeah. You got Beach, and then Summit, Ray County, which, by the way, Beach sitting at 4. Powell played them to start the season and won that game. So Powell has a victory over the number 3 and the number 4 team in the state and played the number 1 team in the state last night. So if you want to talk about a gauntlet, talk about the run that Powell has been on. And then, of course, Summit, Ray County, South Doyle, Henry County, Knox Carter, and Tennessee.
And look how many Knox County teams were in that.
Yeah.
5. I mean, that's impressive.
You're talking about football in Tennessee, the level of competition has improved over the years immensely.
It's sort of shifted, and there's a lot of contributing factors as to why, but D1, all the Knox County schools getting the turf fields, there's a lot of factors going into that as why the talent level in East Tennessee has skyrocketed over the last 12 years.
Your 6A poll sees Oakland up top, followed by Maryville, followed by Dobbins-Bennett, McMinn County, Riverdale, Brentwood, Ravenwood, and Bradley Central, Mount Juliet, Farragut. Interesting note, Bradley Central sitting there at 8, played Maryville last night and was leading at halftime. Maryville ended up running away with that in the second half. But, the Rebels of Maryville trailed at halftime against Bradley Central. So that's something you won't see very often. And going to Class 1A, you've got South Pitt sitting up top. That's no surprise. Copper Basin at number 2, though, is a little bit of a surprise.
I can't remember the last time I seen Copper Basin 7-0. I mean, they got a strong program down there. I remember seeing them battle it out with Coalfield over the years.
Yeah.
But 7-0 is impressive.
Yeah, that was a common playoff matchup for a couple of years there. Moore County, Greenfield, Lake County, who was the Class A champion last season. Huntington at number 8, Cornersville, and then followed by Monterey. In 2A, you've got Peabody at 1, followed by Meigs County at 2. And again, Peabody, Meigs County, that was your state championship game last year. So both of those programs keeping the momentum from last season going.
You better keep an eye on Lewis County. They know how to play football up there, and they've had a football coach that's been there for about 40 years, and they're tough.
Watertown, Bledsoe, South Green, Hampton, Marion County, Trousdale County, and McKenzie rounding out the top 4 Class 2A. And then in 3A, of course, Alcoa getting all the number 1 votes there across the board. Got Red Bank coming in at 2nd. How about Loudon right there at 4th? Loudon, a very solid football program. Covington, Pearl Cone, Fairview, Kingston coming in at number 8 on that AP poll. That's something the Yellow Jacket fans have to be pretty proud of. Followed by Claiborne County and South Gibson, no relation.
No.
All right, I tell you what, we've got a good one brewing here at Harriman as Midway is in town, and we'll go over that when we get back. You're tuned in to the OEB Law Game of the Week.
OEB Law is excited to be a part of this year's football season. School spirit is at an all-time high. OEB Law is proud to give back and support our community. Come cheer on these great teams with us. And remember, if you've been injured or need legal help, OEB Law will be there for you. So visit wreckintoacheck.com or give us a call, 865-546-1111, and let OEB Law turn your wreck into a check.
The Harriman Utility Board is committed to providing safe and reliable natural gas service to our customers in Harriman and Roane County through the use of safe operational procedures with trained and knowledgeable personnel. An odorant is added to natural gas and maintained to a certain level so that in the event of a gas leak it can be easily detected. If you smell or suspect a natural gas leak, please call the Harriman Utility Board at 882-3242. We can be reached 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Evans Mortuary has been serving the needs of families in and around Roane County since 1976. As established members of our hometown community, we understand the security of dealing with people you know you can trust. We build our reputation on this trust. The Evans family appreciates the confidence the community has expressed in us over the years and will constantly strive to earn that favor. Evans Mortuary, 805 North Gateway.
Here is Helen Hammer.
Thank you, Mr. Walker. A lot of years have passed since that TV ad. Hammer stores are still offering up-to-the-minute fashions for men and women, famous label outdoor wear and boots, area rugs, and exciting purchases. All at Hammer's famous low prices. Race on down!
Back at your OEB Law Game of the Week, Harriman winning the coin toss, choosing to defer to the second half, so we will get to see Midway's offense on the field first. Harriman's football program is over 100 years old. Midway's is over 50. Two schools that share the same school system didn't really start playing each other consistently until 2001. In that time frame, this series has been in streaks, with the Harriman getting the better of the Green Wave in 10 games to Midway's 8. This seems predictable for small schools in Tennessee as talent comes in cycles, but it's funny to see how this has played out. Beginning in the year 2001, it goes like this. Midway 1-2, Harriman 1-2, Midway 1-3, Harriman 1-3. Midway 1-2, then Harriman 1-4. Midway broke the streak in 2018 with an impressive 41-18 win before dropping the game to Travis Tapp's team 21-20 last season. We talk about the history like it matters tonight, but I think the way this one has gone in the last 2 decades is worth mentioning. Another interesting note is that Coach Tapp has been a part of this rivalry since they met in 2005 and is 10-6 against Midway since taking over. On the other hand, Midway headman Ron Treadway has been a longtime fixture of Rockwood High School before becoming principal at Sunbright for a couple of years before coming to Midway to become the head coach, and he's very familiar with Harriman, just not with Midway. His record against Blue Devils, 0-1, that 21-20 game from last season. So you have 2 seasoned coaches in this series going against each other tonight, but only one of them is a seasoned head coach, and that's Travis Tapp. Long story short, this has been a great battle to watch over the years. I'm going to ask you, what are your keys to this game?
For Harriman, they got to play tough defense, limit turnovers and penalties, and get the ball in your playmakers' hands. For Midway, they got to play aggressive, control the line of scrimmage and force turnovers, and do what you do by throwing the football.
As we get prepared for our Davis Funeral Home kickoff, it is Tadarius Boyd who will have the place-kicking job tonight, and we're going to start off with an onside kick, and they're scrambling for it. It's still on the ground. And now you got to fight at the bottom of the pile. Harriman thinks they have it. Let's see what the official says. They're going to fight for it. Right now it looks like a 50-50 deal. And they're going to give it to Harriman. Gutsy call. Harriman comes out. Dylan Coca's the captain. Wins the coin toss. Decides to defer to the second half, and you know that Coach Tapp had that. He said, listen, win me this coin toss, we're going to kick an onside kick, and we're going to start off with the ball in the first half and the second half.
Yeah, big-time confidence there by the head football coach calling that onside kick right off the rip there. He's got his team fired up. Let's see how they respond to that, to the aggressiveness of their head football coach.
Tadarius Boyd making such a great play on that onside kick is now going to come out at quarterback and try to make some plays as the Blue Devils on a Hammers 1st and 10 line up, handoff on a crossbuck play, and that goes to Nasir Stokes, and Stokes is dropped after a short gain. So nothing too fancy. Harriman comes out with 2 wideouts to the left, as we see on the Chuck Fleischman replay.
Too much defensive lineman breaking through for Midway. Harriman's got to do a little bit better job keeping their hands up and moving their feet.
And it wasn't a short gain. It was a loss of half a yard. 2 wideouts to the near side, 1 to the right. Boyd sends a man in motion, rolls to his left, looks across the middle. Man is wide open, and it's caught. And that's Cam Clark coming from that tight end position. Ball will be spotted at the Midway 39-yard line. Pickup of 6 will bring up 3rd and 4.
Really good catch by Clark there. Watch him watch the ball in all the way to his hands. Excellent catch.
So Harriman with its first 3rd down opportunity in Midway territory. 1 run, 1 pass. Harriman will send 2 to the left, 1 to the right. 2 backs in the backfield. Now 1 in motion. That's Camion Campbell. Now here's Boyd going down the right sideline. Had a man there, but that pass falls incomplete as he was trying to hit Thomas Brown.
That's the exact same play they ran the play before, except this time they elected to go to the wide out, streaking down the field in double coverage. So that's a play from the press box that he called.
Now that man in motion, I called him Camion Campbell, and I did that last time they played. I got corrected on Facebook. I went through and I was looking at the comments. I hear you out. It's Camion Campbell.
Okay.
So I want to make sure that I get that correct.
You might have to correct me a few times tonight with that as well.
Yeah, Nick Pelfrey is back deep to punt this one away, and
Keep your eye on this.
Midway sends no returners deep. Pelfrey with a little pooch punt.
Get downfield.
And the ball lands, takes a great Harriman bounce, goes inside the 2-yard line.
That is why I cannot stand that. Get your guy down the field and pick up the ball. It's being on the 10 is better than being on the 2.
Yeah, and Pelfrey kind of lined up in a position and kicked that away, kind of like a quick kick.
Well, it's easy, Aaron. You could kick a punt on the 2-yard line with no rush and no returner.
Yeah. Yeah, he just had that frontward spin. The ball got a favorable bounce. And so now Midway will start backed up with the Hammers 1st and 10 inside their own 2-yard line.
And I can guarantee you this, Midway is not nervous at all. They have a really cool cat at the quarterback position.
Emmett Hegland is who you're talking about, and he'll get the first carry of the game and pick up a yard. We'll bring up 2nd and 9.
Yeah, and we talked about Midway's quarterback, Emmett Hegland. Listen, this kid has thrown for over 1,400 yards, 21 touchdowns. This guy's one heck of an athlete, and his favorite target is Caleb Goodman. He has over 650 receiving yards, 9 touchdowns so far in the season. So keep your eye on these cats. They're really good.
Hegland is a dual-threat quarterback, so even though he has thrown for a lot, we will see him run as well like we did on that first down. Hegland out of the out of the shotgun. Handoff goes to his tailback, Ty Mason, and Mason piles ahead. Stopped around the 10-yard line. They'll mark him a little bit shy of that, and Midway will have a 3rd and 3.
Simple zone read by Midway there. Picked up a pretty good little gain there. Good blocking. Bounced it back inside. Good pickup.
Good run by Mason. Didn't start the season as the running back for this Midway team. And now
Wide
here's
open.
a quick pass over the middle. Wide open. It's Declan Brewer, and Brewer gets out to the 46-yard line before he's brought down.
Yeah, Declan Brewer is one of the many recipients of those 21 touchdowns that Mr. Hagelin has thrown. As you see there, Harriman was in man coverage. The linebackers got lost in the play action. They just dumped it right over their heads for a huge pickup.
They give him the 47. That's a 38-yard gain for Midway, and Midway is in business with another Hammers 1st and 10.
And Harriman staying in the man coverage.
Midway with a tight end to the right, 2 wideouts to the left. Hagelin back to pass, looks, finds his man. That pass is complete, and breaking a tackle, getting out to about the 44-yard line.
Edwards pass complete to number 3, Seth Gordon.
And that goes to Seth Gordon.
Down by number 7 to Mike Campbell. To a gain of 8, 2nd down and 2 for the Green Waves.
And really nothing fancy there.
No, it's easy pitch and catch. You're in man coverage. Harriman should have a lot of pressure. I mean, if you can go man coverage against a team like Midway, you've got a lot of confidence in your defensive backfield. So you should be able to send a lot of the linebackers and try to get some pressure after this quarterback if you are that confident.
So Midway enters Harriman territory. Here's Hagelin. That pass is complete and almost going up the sideline is Tucker Basham.
Yeah, that's an easy call there.
Edwards pass complete to number 9, Tucker Basham. Flag on the play.
I believe that was on Thomas Brown. No? Who is that?
I'm not sure, but I do know that that is a 15-yard penalty.
That's costly.
That is very costly. So from the spot of the foul, let's watch this replay.
Again, man coverage. Coming downhill. That's
a very easy call.
The personal foul, horse call on Harriman.
Yeah, looks like Thomas Brown.
And that did go against Thomas Brown. So after the penalty, Midway has a Hammers 1st and 10 from the 22-yard line of Harriman. Hagelin, handoff up the middle and finding some running room all the way down close to the 10-yard line.
Number 24, Tom Mason on the carry.
Is Mason again.
Brings the ball down inside the
Mason very patient, as you see on this replay.
Missed tackles by Harriman.
Yeah.
They broke through the line of scrimmage. Really good job by Midway of sealing that offensive line off, but Harriman just missed some tackles, touched him in the backfield.
And that is enough for another Hammers 1st and 10. Ball spotted at the 12-yard line. Here's Hagelin in a pistol set. Fakes to Mason and now throws a fade pattern to the back of the end zone. That pass is intended for Declan Brewer and falls just shy of his hands, so that is an incomplete pass. We'll bring up 2nd and 10.
Brady Stubbs on the coverage there did a really good job. He missed the ball in the air, but still pretty tight coverage.
Number 7, Declan Brewer is 2nd down, 10 Green Waves.
Able to keep the receiver outside. And that pass went inside.
If I'm Midway, I like my matchups here in the passing game with Harriman's defense. You got man coverage on the top of the field here with 2 wide receivers.
So here's Hagelin. Handoff Mason. Mason can't find a lot of running room up the middle as he's met first on the play by Harriman Stokes. A pickup of, they're going to give him 1.5, so we'll call it 3rd and 8.
Third down, so if you're Midway's offensive coordinator, what are you thinking here, Aaron?
Well, like you said, you got to look at your matchups. If Harriman's coming out in a man defense, then you got to try to take advantage of the wide side of the field.
Here we go.
Hagelin looking that direction, has to roll out and tries to break free, but he is grabbed and spun down. Getting to him and keeping him from going forward was Colin Cagle.
Edwards drops back the pass, drops to his side by number 60, Dylan Coca. Bring us 4th down and long for the Green Waves.
Big Dylan Coca coming in on the tackle there.
And so now Midway, in single A, this is an obvious 4th down play.
Again, man coverage on the top side of the field.
And this would be a big stand for Harriman.
Watch for the same play, opposite side of the field.
Yeah, Hagelin rolling to his left, looks across the middle, has a man there, and that pass is
touchdown.
bobbled.
He caught it, touchdown.
And caught, brought
What
in,
a
touchdown,
play.
Midway.
Jackson Snow coming in huge, the senior, with the sticky hands.
Beautiful concentration on that play.
You can't ask for no better.
Look at
Quarterback
this
better
Chuck
say
Fleischman
thank
play.
you.
And Hagelin made that. Look at the concentration. Bounces off of his face mask.
And held on to the ball.
Wonderful. So in to attempt the extra point is Dylan Cowell, and we've got a flag on the play.
Flag on the play.
But Hagelin threw that across his body.
Yeah, I don't know how he
On
got
the
that
move.
ball off to coming back across the field. Very big, strong arm play by that quarterback. But again, you're talking about a guy that's almost through, now has through over 1,500 yards.
Yeah.
22 touchdowns.
And Midway just made a statement going from its own 2-yard line, a 98-yard drive, scoring on 4th down like that. So after the penalty, it wasn't offsides by Harriman. So,
flag on the play.
And we've got another flag on the play.
Yeah, that's really frustrating if you're the Harriman coaching staff there. You're waiting on somebody to be a leader and get everybody lined up correctly.
And I tell you what, you get 2 offside penalties right here. You move half the distance to the goal. I think you got to go for 2 here.
You know, in a good old Roane County rivalry, I would too, Aaron.
Yeah, we've got a timeout on the field with 5 minutes left. And Midway, will they call a timeout, or they're going to talk about it? They're going to think about going for 2 anyway, and I believe I would too. Hey, Roane County Commission Chairperson Randy Ellis says, "Go Blue Devils." Randy is a graduate of Harriman High School and supports the Blue Devils. Randy is a proud 2nd District Congressman or Commission Chairperson from Roane County and wants to make Roane County a better place for us all. That is Randy Ellis in attendance tonight, and I know that for a fact because he parked beside me. We got here about the same time tonight. You'll see Randy at every Harriman Blue Devil game.
And let's see what Midway's coming out here with.
Yeah.
Looks like a classic what?
The ball is now.
Personnel.
Yeah, they're going to run a pistol set.
Watch for some sort of a zone read right here. They got that H back. Going to probably come across and block.
So here's Hagelin. Nope. No, drops back to pass. And now he's going to dive for the end zone. And, yeah, should have seen that coming. It's good. Midway leads this one 8-0 to start this football game. 5 minutes remaining in the first quarter. We've already seen a score on the board in Midway's first drive on your OEB Law Game of the Week.
OEB Law is excited to be a part of this year's football season. School spirit is at an all-time high. OEB Law is proud to give back and support our community. Come cheer on these great teams with us. And remember, if you've been injured or need legal help, OEB Law will be there for you. So visit wreckintoacheck.com or give us a call, 865-546-1111, and let OEB Law turn your wreck into a check.
The Harriman Utility Board is committed to providing safe and reliable natural gas service to our customers in Harriman and Roane County through the use of safe operational procedures with trained and knowledgeable personnel. An odorant is added to natural gas and maintained to a certain level so that in the event of a gas leak it can be easily detected. If you smell or suspect a natural gas leak, please call the Harriman Utility Board at 882-3242. We can be reached 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
And welcome back to your OEB Law Game of the Week. I am Aaron Harvey as Midway gets set to kick this one off with Cowell. And Cowell kicks it short up into the air and a stop in the play. I didn't see it, but apparently Campbell called for a fair catch and got it. So I wonder, because we see that sometimes in Class A, you see some teams just kind of pooch it up in the air. So I wonder if that's what we're going to see all night from Midway.
I'd say that's a safe assumption because they don't want to kick it deep to the Harriman athletes.
So Boyd leads his team back out on the field with good field position again on this Hammers 1st and 10. 2 wideouts to the right side, 1 to the left, 2 backs in the backfield. And here is the handoff, and it's Stokes. And Stokes has some running room, picks up about 3. And I'll be honest, I thought he had more running room than that.
Yeah, I was watching the offensive line there. They did a pretty good job of trying to seal the edge, and I lost a running back there. Let's see what happened.
Chuck Fleischman is happy to show you what happened.
The really good job by number 14, Midway, Cyrus True, coming up from the cornerback position of sealing that edge.
Flew to the football.
Yeah, he did. He created that whole play. That would have been a huge pickup. If you can run a play action off that, if you're Harriman, you might have some success because he's biting on the run hard.
Now Boyd lines up in the pistol set, 3 wideouts to the left side, drops back to pass, looking, rolls a little bit, now lets it go, and that pass is almost complete, but through the hands of Clark, trying to hit his tight end again.
Good ball. Put it where it needed to be, just awkward body positioning by the Harriman wide receiver. That's a hard catch to make once you start twisting like that.
That's unfortunate. You see
ball.
Boyd is not afraid to throw that football. That was a nice throw.
It was. Good coverage there by number 5 of Midway, Jackson Snow, the senior coming in clutch.
So a 3rd down here, 3rd and 7, Boyd. 5-step drop, sets up the screen pass, which falls incomplete. He was trying to hit Stokes, and I think Midway stayed home and played that very well.
Yeah, Dylan Meza, the senior defensive lineman. Watch him here, number 55, recognizes screen, immediately sees the running back, and creates the play.
Good call. So now back deep to punt is Pelfrey
again. I was
again.
going to say, I bet you're going to see Midway have somebody back deep this time.
Yeah, they're sending Snow back there. Pelfrey gets a snap, and it is, I think it was blocked. And ball rolls dead at the 43-yard line of
Seth
Midway.
Gordon, the junior, coming in big, getting his hands on the punt. Looked like he was not touched. Came through unbroken and blocked the punt. That's huge. That saves you about potentially 20 to 30 yards there.
Yeah, it was blocked. Great job by Gordon. So now Midway going to try to put another one on the board with 3:50 left to go in the first quarter. Man in motion, that's Gordon. Gordon gets it on the end around and runs up ahead, picks up about 7 before he's run out of bounds. Good pickup on the Hammers 1st and 10.
Set of bounds by number 9, Brady Stubbs. Bring up 2nd down, 4.
And now we will take the opportunity to talk to Tim Elrod like we do every week. We'll get his perspective on what he has seen so far. All right, Mr. Elrod, you weren't here for the scoring play before, but we're going to see if you can keep this streak alive of teams scoring when you get on the air. So Midway would appreciate that. Hagelin finds his man over the middle, and it's complete. That's Gordon. And again, a bobbled catch. That's about the 3rd of those that Midway's had tonight.
Right. That was an outstanding catch in the end zone for that touchdown for them. Just outstanding. Midway looks very solid. I think didn't they get beat last week by Cofield?
They did.
So
yes, they did.
They look like they're playing with a little bit of attitude tonight. Harriman comes out, great crowd here tonight. It's Harriman football, and people get excited about it. Everybody's here, and I think it's going to turn into a good game, no doubt about it.
I do as well. As Hagelin hands off to his back, that's Mason, and Mason is gobbled up around the line of scrimmage. Maybe picks up 1 on that Hammers 1st and 10. So you get to come out to Harriman High School, some really cool game day experiences. as when the Blue Devils walk out, they walk through the stands and get the crowd involved that way.
Yeah, I get to go to a lot of games in East Tennessee, and when you come to the single A school level, the excitement and the fans are the same as at the 5A level, but I believe they're a little more passionate about it. And as Harriman comes through the stands, or you go, got a fumble,
and Hagelin picks it up. He's going to run with it. And if you're Harriman, you don't want Hagelin to pick that up because he's a dual-threat quarterback and he knows what to do. And somehow, some way, still ends up picking up 2 yards off of that fumbled snap, which will bring up about a 3rd and 6.
Harriman's interior line, they've been playing solid tonight. I mean, up the middle, it's tough sledding for Midway, but they clearly have an advantage going over the middle and testing the edges, no doubt.
Yeah, here's where the rubber meets the road for you, Mr. Elrod. We're going to see if Midway can keep this drive alive. Hagelin fakes the handoff, now goes way downfield, has a man wide open, and he drops it. Gordon lets that fall through. Beautiful pass.
Almost had it. Beautiful pass. There was a pocket there, if you noticed. I mean, he took his time with that throw, and just got to concentrate, focus, and bring those in.
Off the play action, got Stokes to stay home a little bit, and wow. Mason able to, not Mason, but Gordon able to beat Stokes. And now Midway's going to line up and go for it on this 4th, and we'll call it a long 6 or a short 7. Either way.
Harriman has an opportunity to earn some respect right here.
That's right. Hagelin takes a shotgun snap, 3-step drop, looks, has a man over the middle. That pass is incomplete.
Wow. That ball was placed where only he could get it. So, it was a good decision. It was open.
Yeah, trying to find Snow. And on the coverage was Stokes again as we look at the Chuck Fleischman replay. And, wow,
close.
That was close.
Close. I think the back judge made that call, so he probably had the best angle on it.
I would say you're right. So Harriman takes over with a Hammers 1st and 10 from the 31-yard line. I'm really going to brag on Harriman here. I love this setup. You look at the scoreboard behind the end zone. They've got the hill there. Fans can set up there. And, wow, this play's blown up in the backfield.
Wow. Nobody was home on that one.
Getting back there was Brewer. And Stokes had nowhere to go as we're under a minute left to go in this first quarter. And then this press box, it's a 2-level press box. You've got different rooms available for media, and so you got a lot of room up here. You can stay socially distanced. I really like coming to Harriman.
Yeah, Harriman's a good place to watch a ball game. It's a beautiful night. I thought it was going to rain, but looks like that's held off. But I think that grass is a little slick out there.
Yeah.
Because we saw that on the kickoff. So.
Yeah, it did rain earlier today. So the field is a little bit wet as we might be looking at the final play of the first quarter. 2nd and long as here's Boyd. Boyd tries to hit his receiver out wide at Stokes, and that ball is incomplete.
2 chances at it. He didn't give it to him.
I think Clark thought he had it. Now, see, that was an incomplete pass, so it should have stopped the clock, but the clock continued to run and stopped with 1.4 seconds. So let's
Which is odd because we're here at Harriman.
Yeah. Looking at this replay, I think Clark caught it. I think he has a really good case.
Well, I think he did express some concern to the referee there, but you got to play the next play on that.
And we do have a timeout on the field. So Harriman wants to talk about what they want to do on this 3rd and 14. So we're in week 8 of high school football, Mr. Elrod. It's been a great year. I want to get your perspective because, like you said, you get to see a lot of high school football. What has been maybe one of your biggest surprises this season so far?
I think the level of competition has not been affected as much as I think people were thinking it might be. I think the kids have adjusted. I think right now, maybe even last week, they were hitting their strides, and they're in. This is what you get. Even had they had all that time to prepare, they've shortened it down, and everybody's everybody's playing good ball. There's no sloppiness to it like sometimes you see. But whether you're at 6A, 5A, whatever the classification is, the kids are having fun. I think they appreciate it more. When you look at the sidelines and those guys, they may not get in the game, but they're into the game. That's because I think they realize how fortunate they are to be playing the game. So I'm sure that hopefully it bleeds over into their academics and into the classrooms, and it's a good scene.
I would echo that because we didn't know if we were going to get a high school football season. Here's Boyd out of an empty set, lets it fly over the middle as the buzzer sounds. That pass is complete and down at about the 30-yard line. About the 38-yard line is Thomas Brown, and Harriman is in business as we end this first quarter.
Timeout well spent.
Timeout well spent indeed. So converts about a 3rd and 14. Tim Elrod with OEB Law, thank you for everything that you do. Thank you for sponsoring us all season long. Thank you for your support of these schools as OEB Law donates $1,000 each week to the home school.
Absolutely love to do that. I know it's meaningful, especially here in Harriman or any school that we've been to this season. Very appreciative of it. We're very fortunate to represent a lot of the people out this way, and it's just the right thing to do is to give back because if they need legal help, if they need something, they're going to call me, and we're happy to help them. And if we can't help them, we point them in the right direction and get them taken care of, just like they were our family. So that's what we do.
Just FYI, if Harriman scores on this drive, I'm going to give you credit.
All right. Well, we'll let somebody else make that call.
All right. Tim Elrod, OEB Law, thank you so much again for joining us.
All right. Thank you.
So after the first quarter, Harriman has the football and on the move, as able to convert that 3rd and 14. Boyd hits Thomas Brown over the middle. So you were sitting here watching as that went on. You weren't a part of our conversation, but some pretty big plays out there.
Yeah, well, every time Mr. Elrod joins us here in the press box, it seems like always something like that's kicking off.
It's magic.
Big-time play by Harriman, though, right?
Yeah, Boyd was just looking for that connection. Hasn't really had it going in the passing game so far.
Let's see here. They're in empty formation.
But Thomas Brown made an excellent catch over the middle. And this is the same formation they were in when they converted that 3rd and 14, sending 5 wide outs, 3 to the left, 2 to the right on this Hammers 1st and 10. Boyd fumbles the snap a little bit, now has it, lets it fly way downfield, has a man there. It's Clark. Clark loses the football. Oh, man.
On the fall, the ground calls the incompletion.
I tell you what, that almost, because he did have it so long, almost looked like it could have been a fumble, but as it was an incomplete pass, as Clark not able to bring that down.
Unfortunate for Harriman, but I like the aggressiveness. Throw that ball downfield and let these athletes go after it.
And Boyd, like I've already said today, he's not afraid to throw that football.
No, he is one confident guy. His brightest football is ahead of him. He's going to be a dandy football player down here for Harriman.
So 5 wide outs again, as you see 3 to the left there on your screen. Boyd drops back to pass. Now sets up a wide receiver screen. It's Clark. Clark gets to the 35 and finally brought down on the play by Midway's Connor Conlon, but that's enough for a Hammers 1st and 10.
Yeah, Cam Clark is dangerous with the ball in his hands. He's got some wiggle to him. He can get some separation from the defender, and he can make you pay in a hurry.
Just a little shallow cross.
That's a confidence play for your quarterback. Those small little dump routes like that, easy completion, builds his confidence. I like that approach out of Harriman.
And Coach Tapp likes this empty set.
Going trips to the short side of the field. Some sort of crossing routes.
Boyd, 3-step drop.
Good
finds
catch.
Brown wide open. Brown makes a move, gets inside the 10-yard line, down to the 8, and that's enough for another Hammers 1st and 10, but we got a flag on the play sitting at around the 28-yard line.
Way behind the play.
Yeah, way behind the play is right. You wonder if this is going to be maybe a personal foul. I didn't see it, but that's in the area of what I would think of maybe a roughing the passer. I think that's about where Boyd was when he threw that ball. Personal foul. They're just going to call it. Illegal hands to the face. There it is.
Yeah, it looked like it was on Dylan Coca. It looked like he was getting a pretty good ride there across the face mask. Big number 60. Played a lot of football down here for Harriman over the years.
Personal foul, roughing the passer on Midway.
Played a lot of football. He was the team captain tonight for this Harriman Blue Devil team. So the ball was already on the 8-yard line. So with the personal foul penalty, you spot it half the distance to the goal. So now Harriman has it. A Hammers first and goal from the 4.
And Midway coming out in goal line with 3 down linemen.
And Harriman
coming out in the empty. When was the last time you seen this?
Yeah, it's interesting. And then a quick pass by Boyd falls incomplete. Maybe threw it just a little bit before Stokes was ready for it. Timing a little bit off there.
That's the biggest key to crossing routes is timing. If you get off just a little bit and he rushed it, he would have been wide open if he could have just been a little more patient.
A little bit of a pick play there. It's common to see that on the goal line.
Yeah, that number 2 wide receiver on the top side of the field was open there as well. So let's see if they come back to that.
And we got a timeout. Let's see who it is. Coach Treadway wants to talk about this 5-wide set he's seeing at the 4-yard line. So Midway wants a timeout. We'll take one as well. 10:45 left to go in the second quarter with Harriman knocking on the door.
Football is back. And OEB Law is excited for a season full of big hits, perfect plays, and those nail-biting near misses. If you've been injured, OEB Law will come to your defense and tackle any obstacles blocking you from scoring a full and fair settlement. Call OEB Law 865-546-1111 and turn your wreck into a check.
Evans Mortuary has been serving the needs of families in and around Roane County since 1976. As established members of our hometown community, we understand the security of dealing with people you know you can trust. We build our reputation on this trust. The Evans family appreciates the confidence the community has expressed in us over the years and will constantly strive to earn that favor. Evans Mortuary, 805 North Gateway.
Harriman has a second and goal from the 4. This time lines up 3 wide to the right. Handoff goes straight up the middle, and diving for the end zone is Campbell. And Campbell is just shy of 6 points.
What an effort out of Campbell. He is a very talented guy. He kept twisting, fighting, scratching for everything he could get, and got close to getting it across that goal line.
So now, if you can see very well on your screen where that ball is placed, just right on the goal line.
I mean,
and that's a great run by Campbell.
It really is. Let's see what the offensive coordinator decides to do here. Be interesting. Shotgun.
A pistol set, 3 wide outs to the short side of the field. Handoff again, and Campbell walks in this time. Touchdown, Harriman. 10 minutes exactly remaining in this first half, and now Harriman will decide whether or not they want to kick an extra point or if they want to go for 2 to tie this one up.
I'd say they're going to go for 2 here. Let's see what they decide.
Boyd on the sideline talking to Coach Tapp with Pelfrey. So Boyd and Pelfrey running onto the field. Under 10 seconds left to go on that play clock, and now Harriman's going to have to take a timeout. That is not where you want to use a timeout, ladies and gentlemen. So Harriman takes a timeout with 10 minutes left. They're going to talk about this 2-point conversion play on your OEB Law Game of the Week.
I got to go shower.
It's laundry night.
Dishwasher needs to run.
And the hot water wars. A Rinnai tankless water heater gives you an endless supply of hot water for everything you need to do.
Feel the comforts of home with natural gas. Natural gas tankless water heaters cost almost 3 times less to operate annually than the electric models. Make the switch today.
Renai, hot water for all.
OEB Law game of the week. Harriman still in that timeout as you see Coach Tapp on the screen talking to his team. Wants to get the right play call in for this two-point conversion. Took a little bit too long talking to his quarterback.
Better safe than sorry. I like the timeout. I know it's not the ideal time for a timeout, but, hey, this is a big two-point conversion here. This could be a game decider later on down in the ball game. So take your time, talk it over, and let's make sure everyone is on the same page.
Well, you know, as the cliche goes, you can't take them with you. So man in motion, that's Stokes. Boyd drops back to pass, finds a guy over the middle. That pass is intercepted. Two-point conversion is no good. And so Midway maintains that lead, now only 2 points, 8-6 with 10 minutes left to go in this first half.
The Harriman Utility Board is committed to providing safe and reliable natural gas service to our customers in Harriman and Roane County through the use of safe operational procedures with trained and knowledgeable personnel. An odorant is added to natural gas and maintained to a certain level so that in the event of a gas leak, it can be easily detected. If you smell or suspect a natural gas leak, please call the Harriman Utility Board at 882-3242. We can be reached 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Harriman did go on to score on that drive, so I'm going to give credit to Tim Elrod because that drive started while we were talking to him, and that seems to always happen. That drive was 9 plays for 54 yards, taking 3:05 off of the clock. So Harriman able to respond, and now you've got a ball game all over again.
Absolutely, and we didn't expect anything less down here in Roane County.
This is a big game for different reasons. Midway is trying to stay above water to try to get that second place in the region. In fact, they could still force a three-way tie a little bit later. For Harriman, they're trying to get into the postseason. And so different storylines for both of these teams as we get ready for this Davis Funeral Home kickoff. Davis Funeral Home with 2 locations in Harriman and Wartburg. And here's the kick. It goes deep this time. And trying to run it down, and does, and that ball is bobbled, and just having to fall on it there is the quarterback for this Midway team, Emmett Hegland. Hegland couldn't cleanly field it.
And why couldn't he clean it fieldly? Nazir Stokes was screaming down the field. He saw that and took his eyes off the ball just a second, and that's what happens.
Yeah, as we look at this Chuck Fleischman replay, I don't think Harriman did what Midway expected them to do. Having Harriman kick that onside kick earlier, Midway was prepared for it this time, and Harriman did the smart thing, kicked it deep that time, and has backed Midway up to the Greenway 12-yard line. Here is Hegland, takes the snap, handoff goes to Mason. Mason finds running room somehow. That play could have been made in the backfield, but instead it's Mason getting up to about the 20-yard line.
I'm liking the way Mason runs that football. You know, he's not the fastest, he's not the strongest, but he is one of the hardest to get down, and that's a testament to his strength. So I tell you, he's a dandy little running back for Midway.
Bouncing off people like a pinball. Picks up 6, brings up 2nd and 4. Hegland, 2 wideouts either side. Mason in the backfield with him. Shotgun snap. Fakes the handoff to Mason. Tries to fling it out really fast to Gordon, and that pass was off the mark, incomplete.
RPO play, run pass option. He had a read there. He could have handed it off or keep it and run or throw the football.
The RPO has become pretty popular lately. You see that a lot in college, a little bit in the NFL now. But do you think that's a lot to put on a high school quarterback?
Oh, it definitely is. But some say it's a little bit easier to do as a quarterback because you're able to run the football and you have so much help and run support that it opens up a lot of stuff down the field.
Hegland has a man wide open to the 30, to the 35, and pushed down from behind. And we've got a flag that comes out on the play. But, wow, able to find wide open. I think that was Brewer. I'll try to get a license plate number on that one.
Brewer, the senior. He came back, try to get a big block there, and they might have got him for crack back or maybe even a targeting.
Mr. Whitehat going to inform us of what's going on. Personal foul. Yeah, it is a crackback block, and that's on Midway. So Midway, a big gainer on that play, is going to be erased as we see this Chuck Fleischman replay. Let's see if we can find it.
Boof. Barely.
Yeah.
Too close. If it's that close, you pull off. You pull off because that's why. Those 15-yarders hurt bad.
When you were in high school, that wasn't a penalty.
No. If it was, I wouldn't have been playing very much because that's what I was always trying to do. It's an effort play, so it's a close call, and, hey, it happens.
So now Midway faces a 3rd and 4. Here's Hagelin, fakes the handoff to Mason, finds his man over the middle. That pass is complete. This time getting it to Snow, and that's enough for a Hammers 1st and 10.
Good toss and good catch. Really good catch by Snow there coming on inside. Looked like a little short slant across the middle of the field, taking advantage of the linebackers. And that's a mismatch anytime. You got quick slant. Linebackers coming in, just replace them underneath.
And credit Hagelin putting that ball in front of his receiver or on his receiver as opposed to behind. Hammers 1st and 10. Hagelin going to run this one all the way and picks up. They might give him a yard on that final effort where he stretched out there. They won't. Back to the original line of scrimmage. It will bring up 2nd and 10. Yeah, Harriman ready for that one the entire way as staying home to spy the quarterback, I think, was Austin Wright for Harriman. So again, 2 wideouts to either side. Hagelin fakes the handoff, looks downfield, letting this one go way out there. Has a man just overshoots Snow barely, but Snow was behind the secondary.
Yeah, he had a step on him just a little bit overthrown. But that's a good miss. That's a miss that will back this defense up a little bit. I like that shot there.
Gosh, that's a beautiful throw.
Good job by the wide receiver of really stretching out and giving all effort to try to catch that ball. A lot of times you'll see high school kids pull up and bracing for that ground coming up quick, and he sacrificed his body to put himself in the best position to make a play. That's
Midway facing a 3rd and 10, but I don't think Coach Treadway really minds being in 3rd and long with this type of offense that he has. Here's a flag on the play, or no. Midway gets the timeout, was facing a delay of game penalty, but got the timeout instead. So Midway's going to talk about it. 7:34 to go in this first half. A big 3rd down upcoming.
Hi, I'm Ray Varner, and we've got the vehicles you need to make the most of this season.
Whether you're exploring the great outdoors or cheering on your favorite team, let's take your fall to the next level. In a 2017 F-150 Crew Cab XLT 4x4, $38,990. 2020 Ford Escape Titanium All-Wheel Drive, $29,990. 2017 Subaru Outback Limited, $23,899. At Ray Varner Ford in Clinton, we are your East Tennessee Ford dealership. Come and see us today. Shop RayVarnerFord.com.
Back at Harriman. 7:34 left to go in this first half. Midway has a 3rd and 10 upcoming. Coach Treadway didn't want to take that timeout right there, but time was running out on the play clock and had to. That was Midway's final timeout of this first half. So here's Hagelin, Ty Mason, man in the back with him. 2 wideouts to the near side, 1 to the far side. Hagelin finds a man over the middle. That pass is complete, and that is enough for another Hammers 1st and 10 as that time finds Seth Gordon.
Dandy throw by the quarterback. He really darted that in there. This kid has some really good
near side, 1 to the far side.
And he releases the ball in a hurry.
That looked like he's playing against air.
Yeah, he's very comfortable. You can tell this is a well-coached offensive team here. They've worked a lot on timing routes, and it really shows.
From the Midway 45-yard line, this hammers 1st and 10 play as it's Mason getting the handoff. Finds no running room, however. Can't get back to the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a couple inches. It'll be 2nd and 10.
Harriman's defense has done a really good job of slowing down that run game of Midway. It started off pretty ugly in the first half. They were running the football at ease, and they have done a better job at that, making some adjustments.
Brady Stubbs coming up from a linebacker position to get that tackle. Hagelin has an H-back to the left. Man in the backfield, fakes it to him and tries to hit a man over the middle. This pass is off target as he tries to find Gordon again, threw it behind him and low. A rare miss for Hagelin. And Midway will have a 3rd and 10. As we see on this Chuck Fleischman replay. Just a little bit off. What I like about Hagelin, he's very decisive with that football.
Yes, he really is. He commands presence out there, and you can tell he's an experienced guy.
This time Hagelin running the option. Pitch goes out to Mason, and Mason is met and dropped by Stokes. After a short gain, they're only going to give him 1, which will bring up a 4th and 9, and I think Midway probably going to put this football away.
Really good job by Stokes reading the speed option, coming up and taking the option man, took him out. Pretty good job. Stokes has had a really good game defensively so far tonight.
Now, like you see a lot in single-A football, your punter is also your starting quarterback, so that's something you want to keep an eye on.
It would definitely sway momentum here with only 6:20 left in the second quarter.
Thomas Brown back deep to receive for Harriman. Hagelin sends man in motion from the punt, and it is going to be a fake. Hagelin rolls out to his right, lets it fly upfield, and that pass ball is incomplete. So Harriman able to stop Midway on that fake 4th and 9. And the Blue Devils will take over in Midway territory. I didn't expect to see a fake right there.
Not a bad play call, really. Just too many guys around the football right there. So there's some kind of miscommunication going on. But big play, big turnover for the Harriman Blue Devils. Let's see if they capitalize here at the end of the second.
Harriman's last drive went for a touchdown and took 3:05 off the clock. They've got 6:13 before the end of the half. Here's Boyd. Boyd able to find Brown. Brown makes the first guy miss. Good move as he gets down to the 40-yard line. Picks up 6 yards, but picked up more than I thought he was going to get.
You know, the good football players with the ball in their hands, they always make that first man miss. And he does that here. Very good job keeping his eyes on the ball. Secures it, holds it high and tight. Breaks the tackle.
Thomas Brown looking like he's trying to make an and one mixtape.
2nd down and 5 for the Blue Devils.
Blue Devils have a 2nd and 4 situation. And remember, Harriman gets the ball to start the second half as well. This time, Boyd going to line up in a pistol set, has Stokes behind him, and getting the handoff now, getting up to the 30-yard line, still on his feet to the 20, to the 15, to the 10, still on his feet. There is a flag on the play, but down to the 5, inside the 5.
Nazir Stokes refusing to go down on the play. I tell you, that's a heck of a run.
Down inside the 5-yard line.
We're going to have to see what this flag is, though. And Tadarius Boyd indicates that this one's going on Midway.
Did they see a face mask somewhere? Yep.
Yeah. That's a 5-yard penalty. They're going to tack that on to the end of the run, which they can't tack on to the end of the run, so they'll mark it half the distance to the goal. Look at this run by Stokes.
1st and goal, Blue Devils.
Slippery. Oh, Oh, I didn't see much of a face mask.
More of a horse collar than anything, but
yeah.
At any rate, great run by Stokes.
And you know what? It doesn't matter. It would have been half the distance to the goal. So Harriman has it. A Hammer's first and goal from the 2. Boyd lines up in the pistol again. 3 wideouts to the near side. Handoff up the middle. Stokes fighting for the end zone. Can't get there, however.
Ran into big Conlon, sophomore linebacker coming in big with the stop.
Running that play that they scored on the first touchdown drive, and Stokes, met there by Conlon, and Conlon wasn't going to let him get by that time. He won that battle of Red Rover.
Yeah, Stokes is what I would consider a scat back. He's a guy that you want in open field. He is on the smaller side in between the tackles, but I guarantee you he's going to run hard and low.
And again, same formation, same play. Stokes up the middle, met again as Conlon brings him down.
Now that's a man play by Conlon. That was big time. Big time play by a linebacker coming in, making a good solid tackle in his chest and drove him backwards. Watch the replay here. Boom. Offensive line's got to block somebody. Can't watch him run by you and stand around and watch the play. Huge hole off the left guard there. He would have been walking in.
Yeah, I was looking at
Stokes missed the hole and paid for it.
Yeah. Tanner Herron there looked like he was trying to chip block, and now a quick pass falls incomplete. And that was intended for Campbell, and now Harriman is facing a 4th and goal from the 2. This is a big play. Coach Tapp does have a timeout if he wants to take it to talk about what he's going to do here.
And I believe he will.
Not in any kind of hurry, though, to call that timeout. If he is going to call it, he sends Boyd back onto the field. 15 seconds left on the play clock. 3.5 minutes left on the game clock. Five on the play clock. 3 on the play clock. 2 on the play clock. Snap. Boyd looks. Pass. Complete. Campbell. Touchdown, Harriman.
Great catch. Great catch that time. Campbell, again, coming in clutch for the Harriman Blue Devils. Great hands on the play. If you can see this on the replay, this is how you want your wide receivers catching the ball. Hands only.
So now Harriman went for 2 after their first drive. Yeah, look at this Chuck Fleischman replay.
Watch his hands. That's what you want.
That is exactly what you want. I think it almost looked like Boyd was faking that run, and Florida used to do that with Tebow when he'd throw the jump pass. He'd step forward a little bit and then back up. And
it's almost impossible to defend if you're a defender.
It's very difficult. And now Harriman's going to go for 2. Here's Boyd over the middle, tries to find Cam Clark. That pass falls incomplete. And so the Blue Devils have a 4-point lead. It's 12-8 with 3:27 left to go in this first half at Harriman High School in your OEB Law Game of the Week.
Midway 8.
You've dreamed about the perfect house, a place to call your own, and a place to not only stretch out, but to grow. Auto Owners protects your house because to you, it's home. That's simple human sense.
Ask Griffin Insurance Agency in Kingston if auto owners make sense for you.
Happy to help, man. I was just over there talking to myself anyway.
Back at your OEB Law Game of the Week, that scoring drive for Harriman took up 2:53 off the clock. It was 5 plays. And so Harriman only had to move the football 11 yards because they got help by way of penalties. And now the Blue Devils had that 4-point lead with 3:27 left to go in the first half. Nick Pelfrey lined up to take your Davis Funeral Home kickoff. Davis Funeral Home with 2 locations in Harriman and Wartburg. Go to davisfuneralhomes.com to see the services available to you. And here's the kick. Goes straight down the middle. And back to retrieve it at the 15 is Midway. Up to the 25, to the 30, to the 40.
He's got
breaking free. Now it's a foot race to the 30. And Stokes is going to try to run him down. He's not going to be able to. Taking it from coast to coast is Seth Gordon. Touchdown, Midway.
All the way. Touchdown, Midway.
That was fast.
Devastating play for Harriman. And just like that, it's 14-12.
All right, let's look at this Chuck Fleischman replay. A low kick, hopped straight up into Gordon's hands, and Gordon just runs straight up the middle and was able to outrun everyone. Now on to attempt the extra point is Midway's Cowell. Snap, set, kick. It's good. Midway adds 7 points to its total. The Green Wave now lead this one 15-12 with 3 minutes left to go in this first half.
Football is back. And OEB Law is excited for a season full of big hits, perfect plays, and those nail-biting near misses. If you've been injured, OEB Law will come to your defense and tackle any obstacles blocking you from scoring a full and fair settlement. Call OEB Law 865-546-1111 and turn your wreck into a check.
Back at Harriman, I want to say thank you to Roane County Commission Chairperson Randy Ellis, and he says, "Go Blue Devils." Randy, a graduate of Harriman High School and supports the Blue Devils, proud to serve the 2nd District of Roane County and wants to make Roane County a better place for us all. That is Randy Ellis, live in attendance here tonight, as you will see at all Harriman Blue Devil games. As we get set for our Davis Funeral Home kickoff, Davis Funeral Home again with 2 locations in Harriman and Wartburg. Harriman, call 882-2000. Wartburg, call 346-2011. As Dylan Cowell gets set to kick this one off for Midway, back deep to receive for Harriman is Thomas Brown. Here's the kick. It is a high one, and calling for and making the fair catch for Harriman is Brady Stubbs, and the Blue Devils will have a Hammers 1st and 10 from the 37-yard line. You've got 3 minutes left to try to get it in the end zone, and then you get the ball coming out to start the second half. You hope you don't give up a kickoff return for a touchdown, but you do have an advantageous position here.
Yeah, I mean, 3 minutes is plenty enough time for Harriman to make something happen with the athletes that they have. But how important was those two-point conversions right now? You're setting at 12 to 15, 3 points. You missed two-point conversions. That's 4 points. You're leading by 1.
Yeah, so here's Boyd, looks downfield, has a man across the middle. That pass is broken up, incomplete. Trying to hit Campbell that time. Would have been enough for the first down, I believe, but that pass falls incomplete, as we see on the replay.
Down here at the bottom of the screen, he had a wide receiver wide open, and I'm sure the coaching staff probably seen that. See that number 2 wide receiver?
Yeah, that's Cam Clark.
Yeah.
And that would have been a good place to go.
Mm-hmm.
And he had Brown in front of him to help block if he would have been able to make that catch. So missed opportunity there for Harriman. Here is Boyd. Handoff this time. Goes to Stokes. Stokes gets up to the 45-yard line before he's brought down. A good pickup of 8 on second down will bring up 3rd and 2.
Number 8 is here, Stokes on the carry. He's for a gain of 8. Stop by number 5, Jackson Snow, and number 3, Seth.
The interesting thing about it is if you spread the field with your wide receivers,
3rd down 2.
It does give athletes from maybe a scat back like you were talking about, you thought Stokes was, a scat back can do a lot of damage with a lot of room.
Oh, yeah,
like
they're
that.
dangerous. He can, if he just gets a little crease, he's gone. So clock running, 3rd and short.
And here is that 3-wide set to the short side of the field again. And again, Harriman runs this play, and this will depend on where they mark it.
It's going to be real close.
Stokes on the carry.
Yeah.
First down.
Oh,
he's
boy.
55, Dylan Mason.
Oh, boy. That will be enough for a Hammers 1st and 10. I thought he got a little bit of a favorable spot, but I think maybe he would have gotten it anyway. That is definitely a favorable spot. I think he was short.
Oh, did you see the Midway fans over there hooping
Yeah.
and hollering? I
Yeah.
think they saw the same thing you saw.
Yeah, I think he was short of the 47-yard line.
Empty formation for Harriman. 4-3 defense.
And a wide receiver screen set up for Clark. Clark with running room up the middle, still on his feet, gets the 35, and Clark breaks free up the left sideline. He's got one man that can catch him. He doesn't. Touchdown, Harriman.
What a response by the Harriman Blue Devils right there. You couldn't ask for anything better.
Gracious. 1:26 left to go in this first half, and Harriman responds quickly. Started this drive with 3 minutes left. It took them just a minute 34 seconds to find pay dirt. As we see on this replay, a wide receiver screen, and the rest was Cam Clark.
Having a heck of a ball game tonight. Having some fun there at the end. All right, empty formation.
Again, Boyd lines up in the shotgun for a two-point conversion. Quick pass, and that goes to
what a catch.
Stubbs.
Two-point conversion is good.
I'm sorry, no, that's Kamian Campbell.
Yeah, who else? Campbell, the favorite play down here on the goal line for the Harriman Blue Devils. Target Campbell, easy pitch and catch.
Boy, you've got an ugly score right now. It's Harriman 20, Midway 15 with 1:26 left to go in the first half.
Make this spring all about enjoying the experience. When you ride on your new Ferris commercial mower featuring patented suspension technology, you'll have more than freshly manicured grass. You'll experience productivity and comfort like never before. And because you won't be slowing down for those rough spots, you'll mow more lawn in less time. Ferris, experience suspension.
XL Bowman & Son, 524 North Front Street in Rockwood.
Back at your OEB Law Game of the Week, that scoring drive for Harriman, 4 plays, 63 yards, a minute 34 off the clock, and the Blue Devils able to hit back fast.
Real fast. And you know, we were talking about it. 3 minutes was plenty enough time for the athletes of Harriman to score a touchdown, and they did just that. Awesome response right before halftime. This Harriman sideline and fans are in this ball game.
Getting set for the Davis Funeral Home kickoff. And another onside kick, and this time able to get it is Ty Mason for Midway. And the Green Wave will have it. Hammers 1st and 10 from the Midway 41-yard line.
Midway will take over at their own 41. First down, 10 Green Wave.
The same can be said right here, Aaron, for Midway with 1:26 left. They can score in a hurry, so keep an eye on this. Don't go anywhere.
I love this quarterback, Emmett Heglin.
Oh, he's a dandy. He has done a heck of a job tonight and all year long.
Heglin drops back to pass, looks, steps up in the pocket, finds Mason out of the backfield. Mason makes the first man miss, still on his feet, down to the 34-yard line.
You know, we just talk about Heglin and his pocket awareness right there. Noticing the blitz, stepped up in the pocket.
Now explain this to me.
He sees nobody downfield. He's got his dump-off man right there. That's his last man on the line of scrimmage. He knows that he's going to be squeaking out to be able to dump that pass off to. That's a heads-up play by a very good quarterback.
So Mason hesitates, waits to see if he can block, and now a little swing pass out of the backfield goes to Mason on this Hammers 1st and 10. What I was saying is that drawn up that way? Is Mason a blocker on that play, and if he doesn't have anybody to block, he takes off?
I don't know on their specific schematics, but normally, yes. If there's pressure, hey, you hold in there and block. If you can sneak away, dump off underneath. That's exactly what he did.
Pickup of 1, and here's Heglin, tries to throw to the back shoulder of his intended target. That pass falls incomplete. I think there was a little bit of confusion on where to go. Heglin looked like he was trying to get to the sticks, and his receiver outran the sticks a little bit. That'll bring up 3rd and 9. Yeah, watching this replay, looked like timing was off a little bit there.
Yeah, wide receiver needs to hang out a little bit closer to the sticks.
So Clock is stopped with under 30 seconds left to play. Midway just 32 yards away. No timeouts for the Green Wave, however.
You know, I'm waiting to see Caleb Goodman.
Here's Hagelin. Looks, steps up in the pocket, lets it go to Mason again, and he's open but drops it. And I think that was the same situation. I think Mason was back there to block, didn't have anyone to block, so he headed upfield, and that was wide open again for Midway. And that's exactly what happened.
Linebacker picked him up.
Kinda.
Yeah, kinda.
Oh, man, that's a huge drop.
Yeah, I'm waiting to see Caleb Goodman with a good target. You're talking about a young man that's got about 700 yards receiving. About 9-10 touchdowns for the Midway Green. I don't know if he's got a catch tonight.
I don't believe he does. On this 4th and 9, Midway, of course, going to go for it and trying to fire for the end zone. A lot of people there. That ball is up in the air, almost intercepted, incomplete. So Harriman with a big hold will take over on downs with 11 seconds left. And the Blue Devils have the lead and will get the ball to begin the second half. So as we watch this replay, Hagelin has quite the arm, gets it there, but throws in a triple coverage. And so now Tadarius Boyd lines his team up.
Defensive backs for Midway cannot let anybody behind them. It's untelling what Harriman will do here right now with the confidence that they got going on. I'd anticipate a run here, but
nope, takes a knee.
There you go.
So Boyd will end the first half on a knee, and the home team tonight takes a 5-point lead, 20-15. Looks like a basketball score here at Harriman. We told you, folks, it was going to be a good one. We didn't lie to you. We've got a good one here in this Roane County rivalry. Huge game for both teams for different reasons in your OEB Law Game of the Week.
Football is back. And OEB Law is excited for a season full of big hits, perfect plays, and those nail-biting near misses. If you've been injured, OEB Law will come to your defense and tackle any obstacles blocking you from scoring a full and fair settlement. Call OEB Law 865-546-1111 and turn your wreck into a check.
Evans Mortuary has been serving the needs of families in and around Roane County since 1976. As established members of our hometown community, we understand the security of dealing with people you know you can trust. We build our reputation on this trust. The Evans family appreciates the confidence the community has expressed in us over the years and will constantly strive to earn that favor. Evans Mortuary, 805 North Gateway.
I gotta go shower.
It's laundry night.
Dishwasher needs to run.
And the hot water wars. A Renai tankless water heater gives you an endless supply of hot water for everything you need to do.
Feel the comforts of home with natural gas. Natural gas tankless water heaters cost almost 3 times less to operate annually than the electric models. Make the switch today.
Renai, hot water for all.
The Harriman Utility Board is committed to providing safe and reliable natural gas service to our customers in Harriman and Roane County through the use of safe operational procedures with trained and knowledgeable personnel. An odorant is added to natural gas and maintained to a certain level so that in the event of a gas leak it can be easily detected. If you smell or suspect a natural gas leak, please call the Harriman Utility Board at 882-3242. We can be reached 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Here is hell. Here is Helen Hammer.
Walker. A lot of years have passed since that TV ad. Hammer stores are still offering up-to-the-minute fashions for men and women, famous label outdoor wear and boots, area rugs, and exciting purchases. All at Hammer's famous low prices. Race on down!
Hi, I'm Ray Varner, and we've got the vehicles you need to make the most of this season.
Whether you're exploring the great outdoors or cheering on your favorite team, let's take your fall to the next level. In a 2017 F-150 Crew Cab XLT 4x4, $38,990. 2020 Ford Escape Titanium All-Wheel Drive, $29,990. 2017 Subaru Outback Limited, $23,899. At Ray Varner Ford in Clinton, we are your East Tennessee Ford dealership. Come and see us today. Shop RayVarnerFord.com.
You've dreamed about the perfect house, a place to call your own, and a place to not only stretch out, but to grow. Auto Owners protects your house because to you, it's home. That's simple human sense.
Ask Griffin Insurance Agency in Kingston if auto owners make sense for you.
Happy to help, man. I was just over there talking to myself anyway.
1952. That's the year Hammer's opened the first store in East Tennessee. Now there are 5 stores and there's always something new. Like in Hammer's popular ladies boutique department, you'll find the lowest price possible on new arrivals every week. Find similar deals in the men's department and the expanded rug department. Plus, special purchases always offer surprise savings. You never know what you'll find next at Hammer's.
Make this spring all about enjoying the experience. When you ride on your new Ferris commercial mower featuring patented suspension technology, you'll have more than freshly manicured grass. You'll experience productivity and comfort like never before. And because you won't be slowing down for those rough spots, you'll mow more lawn in less time. Ferris, experience suspension.
XL Bowman & Son, I-24 North Front Street in Rockwood.
Little boys driving back the pass. Now sets up a wide receiver screen. It's Clark. Clark gets to the 35.
Football is back. And OEB Law is excited for a season full of big hits, perfect plays, and those nail-biting near misses. If you've been injured, OEB Law will come to your defense and tackle any obstacles blocking you from scoring a full and fair settlement. Call OEB Law 865-546-1111 and turn your wreck into a check.
Evans Mortuary has been serving the needs of families in and around Roane County since 1976. As established members of our hometown community, we understand the security of dealing with people you know you can trust. We build our reputation on this trust. The Evans family appreciates the confidence the community has expressed in us over the years and will constantly strive to earn that favor. Evans Mortuary, 805 North Gateway.
I gotta go shower.
It's laundry night.
Dishwasher needs to run.
And the hot water wars. A Renai tankless water heater gives you an endless supply of hot water for everything you need to do.
Feel the comforts of home with natural gas. Natural gas tankless water heaters cost almost 3 times less to operate annually than the electric models. Make the switch today.
Renai, hot water for all.
The Harriman Utility Board is committed to providing safe and reliable natural gas service to our customers in Harriman and Roane County through the use of safe operational procedures with trained and knowledgeable personnel. An odorant is added to natural gas and maintained to a certain level so that in the event of a gas leak it can be easily detected. If you smell or suspect a natural gas leak, please call the Harriman Utility Board at 882-3242. We can be reached 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Here is Helen Hammer.
Thank you, Mr. Walker. A lot of years have passed since that TV ad. Hammer stores are still offering up-to-the-minute fashions for men and women, famous label outdoor wear and boots, area rugs, and exciting purchases. All at Hammer's famous low prices. Race on down!
Hi, I'm Ray Varner, and we've got the vehicles you need to make the most of this season.
Whether you're exploring the great outdoors or cheering on your favorite team, let's take your fall to the next level. In a 2017 F-150 Crew Cab XLT 4x4, $38,990. 2020 Ford Escape Titanium All-Wheel Drive, $29,990. 2017 Subaru Outback Limited, $23,899. At Ray Varner Ford in Clinton, we are your East Tennessee Ford dealership. Come and see us today. Shop RayVarnerFord.com.
You've dreamed about the perfect house, a place to call your own, and a place to not only stretch out, but to grow. Auto Owners protects your house because to you, it's home. That's simple human sense.
Ask Griffin Insurance Agency in Kingston if auto owners make sense for you.
Happy to help, man. I was just over there talking to myself anyway.
1952. That's the year Hammers opened the first store in East Tennessee. Now there are 5 stores, and there's always something new. Like in Hammers' popular ladies' boutique department, you'll find the lowest price possible on new arrivals every week. Find similar deals in the men's department and the expanded rug department. Plus, special purchases always offer surprise savings. You never know what you'll find next at Hammers.
Make this spring all about enjoying the experience. When you ride on your new Ferris commercial mower featuring patented suspension technology, you'll have more than freshly manicured grass. You'll experience productivity and comfort like never before. And because you won't be slowing down for those rough spots, you'll mow more lawn in less time. Ferris, experience suspension.
XL Bowman & Son, I-24 North Front Street in Rockwood.
It's halftime here at Harriman. Aaron Harvey, James Gibson with you as the Blue Devils lead it over the Green Wave 20-15. As you see that on your screen, we talked about a little bit about how this game is important for both of these teams for different reasons. And let's go over the first half stats. First downs, Harriman with 4, Midway with 7. Rushing yards, Midway with just 35, but Harriman with just 17. Now passing yards, though, Tadarius Boyd has 120 yards through the air, and Emmett Hegman has 129. Yeah. So this, and I thought when I was trying to plan for this game, we were doing our pregame, everything. Like, I didn't really know what to expect because both of these teams are very capable of running the football and also very capable of throwing the football. And it looks like that's what they went with tonight, throwing the football. Midway with 1 turnover. Penalties, just 3 for each team, 13 yards for Harriman and 25 yards for Midway. Time of possession, also not really that big of a difference. 9:02 for Harriman to 13:18 for Midway. Anything stand out to you?
4 first downs for Harriman with 20 points. That stands out for me.
Yeah, for
but
sure.
Overall, what an outstanding job by this Harriman Blue Devil team in that first half. Let's see what kind of halftime adjustments Midway makes. I know they're very well coached, so let's see what type of adjustments they make coming out of half.
So to expand on this just a little bit, Midway, they're looking at being a 3-way battle for a region championship. Now, right now, they're behind a little bit because last week Coalfield beat them. However, Coalfield still has to play Oliver Springs, and Midway still has to play Oliver Springs. And so you could find yourself into a 3-way battle there, which could come down to a 3-way tie. But Harriman, on the other side of that coin, they're just trying to get into the postseason. And so for this game, Midway wants to win this game to try to give themselves an opportunity to either win a region championship or get a home playoff game. This game is huge for the Green Wave in that aspect. Harriman, on the other hand, the Blue Devils pretty much really need to win this game if they have any hopes at a postseason.
Yeah, and salvaging their season, really, and you just don't want to lose to a county rival like Midway. Again, these kids grow up playing each other. I know they haven't played much historically, but these two rosters have played against each other for years, all the way up from Little League till now. So they're very familiar with each other. And Midway has, started slow tonight, and Harriman has come out firing, scoring 20 points in the first half. And if I'm not probably mistaken, I think that's probably the most so far against a county rival for Harriman in 2020.
Now, before we talk any more about this, we've got, a minute and a half before this second half starts. You were able to jot down some scores of interest, so because there were some things that I was really interested in watching around the area tonight.
Yeah, big time, and we touched on some of these games, but Kingston 10, Scott County 6. That was at the end of the second. Dobbins Bennett 28, Farragut 14. So Farragut's put up 14. They're hanging in there. South Pitt 0, Meigs County 21.
Oh, the Tigers getting some revenge.
Wow, some big time revenge. This is another surprise to me. The Kings Academy 14. Tony Lambert's Oneida Indians 19 with a big 70-yard return by Kobe Morgan.
To start that second half, man, he's a player.
And also Wartburg 14, Jellicoe 14 at halftime. Oliver Springs 27, Sunbright nothing. And Knox Central 7 to Knox Carter 6.
Wow.
That's
So
significant there.
That's a tough game.
That is.
Let me ask you this, and I know you know this answer, but I'm going to put you on the spot anyway to see if I can get you. I'm going to try to stump you and see if I can get one on the tip of your tongue. Carter's mascot.
Hornets.
Yeah, there it is.
A friend of mine, he coaches up in eastern Kentucky. He's actually Moorhead University's defensive coordinator. He's from Knox Carter and was an assistant coach there for a long time, so very familiar with that program. And they've had some down years over the past, 5-6 years.
Yeah, they have.
But a lot of talent over there. It comes and goes in waves for Knox Carter.
Yeah, Jordan Bowden, senior of the Tennessee basketball team, just graduated, part of Rick Barnes' success. He's a Carter grad.
He is, and had his number retired over there.
He sure did. Yeah. So lining up for the Davis Funeral Home kickoff, here it is, and this time Midway will kick it deep along the sideline. That's a one-hopper that goes to Brown. Brown slips a little bit. He's at the 11-yard line, and he's in big trouble, but he goes down via a horse collar. So Harriman will get 15 yards tacked onto that.
Seth Gordon in on the penalty there for the horse collar. We've seen that twice tonight, I believe.
You can't do it. You can't do it. You just can't.
Personal foul. Horse collar on the Greenway.
And, that's another thing. When you were in high school, that wasn't a penalty. But that is a very dangerous play.
It really is, and that's why they have changed the ruling on that. A lot of knee injuries falling up behind guys, and it's just a violent reaction to the body. I like seeing that penalty.
So the ball spotted at the 22-yard line, and that's where Harriman will have the Hammers 1st and 10. Boyd, handoff, goes to Stokes. Stokes doesn't get back to the line of scrimmage. He'll lose one and bring up 2nd and long.
The linebackers of Midway did a really good job of reacting to the football in a quick way. He had a pretty significant hole there, you see, and the left linebacker there, number 3, came flying in and made a good secure tackle, Seth Gordon.
I'm wondering, it looked like maybe there was a miscommunication back there as well. Something held Stokes up. I don't know if he slipped or maybe Boyd turned the wrong direction or something. I'm not sure. But Stokes did have a nice hole there. Couldn't capitalize on it. So now 3 wideouts to the right for Boyd, 1 to the left. Boyd drops back to pass, looks for a man over the middle. It's Cam Clark. He's open. Pass is complete. That's going to be a pickup of 14 yards and enough for the Hammers 1st and 10.
And Cam Clark is trying to demand the MVP award after this ball game. He has really stepped up.
That's some good-looking football right there. So Harriman gets it up to the Blue Devil 35-yard line for another Hammers 1st and 10.
Midway with a 3-man front.
Same formation for Harriman. Boyd drops back to pass, tries to find Brown. That pass is behind him, and that goes incomplete.
Ball's incomplete. Bring up a 2nd down for the Blue Devils.
So look at this Chuck Fleischman replay. That's a really tight window that Boyd was trying to fit that in.
It really was, and Midway sent no pressure, and Harriman had 6 of offensive players blocking 3. So that would tell you Midway was able to set back and really put some defenders on the offensive wide receivers.
And you wonder if Harriman doesn't call a quarterback draw or something. Here's Boyd, looks to the right, lets it go downfield. He's got Clark there, also a Midway defender. And that pass is batted up incomplete as Ty Mason from that safety position offered the help from over the top and breaks that ball away.
Great play by Mason reacting to the football coming in at the last minute and breaking it up because Seth Gordon had Cam Clark had enough separation there that he could have caught that football if it weren't for Mason.
Yeah, that safety helped. That brings up a 3rd and 10 for Harriman on this initial drive of the second half. And now Boyd empties the backfield. Takes a snap. 3-step drop. Looks. Still looks. Now finally lets it go. That pass is complete. And up to the 50-yard line, down to the 45 to the 46.
Boyd pass.
And that goes the first time that we've seen this young man tonight.
It'll be another Blue Devil. First down.
That is McCullough.
Had all day. Midway only elected to send 3 rushers.
And then we got
almost a penalty should have been right there.
Yeah.
He reached for it and let the play continue. And I've been wondering when we was going to see number 19. He was non-existent in the first half. That was his first target.
Yeah.
Big mismatch out there with size. He's about 6'6", 190.
Heck of a basketball player as well. Handoff up the middle. It's Stokes. And Stokes gets up ahead, picks up. They're going to give him 3. We'll bring up 2nd and 7.
Here's Stokes with carry. Brought down number 3, Seth Gordon. Bring up a 2nd down, about 7 for the Blue Devils.
Travis Tapp sending the play in with his wide receiver. Probably going to snap the ball with about 5 seconds left.
There it is. A quick out. That pass falls incomplete. Trying to hit Campbell.
For number 7, Kamai Campbell.
And Campbell unable to handle it, so we'll have a 3rd and 7 here.
7 for the Blue Devils.
And number 9 of Midway, Tucker Basham, coming in big on the play there.
So Midway.
Harriman taking their time, running some time off that clock.
Well, not now.
Or play clock, anyway.
Yeah.
Empty again.
Yeah, and 3 wideouts to the short side of the field as Boyd takes a step. And we've got another wide receiver screen. It goes to Clark. Clark picks up 6. He needed 7. We'll bring up 4th down and 1.
Pass complete to number 3, Cam Clark. Brought down by number 58, Chase Littner.
I'd love to see Harriman come up here and
bring up
hurry to the football and do a hard count. You know, that's one big thing in football that goes unnoticed is changing your snap count up will significantly slow down that pass rush. And I haven't seen really either team challenge the snap count at all.
So here's Boyd going for it on 4th down. Handoff goes straight up the middle, and he doesn't get it. Midway's going to take over on downs as Campbell got the handoff. And in the hole for Midway was Dylan Meza.
Huge play for Midway. Big stop.
He's
timeout for a measurement.
Now looking at the replay, he's well shy of that spot. And where they mark it, you can see it really well on camera. He's definitely short of that 1st down. They're going to measure it anyway. But he's going to be about half a yard short. Yeah, there it is. So Midway will take over on downs.
Will be a turnover on downs. The 1st and 10 Greenway. Take over at their own 37-yard line.
So Harriman comes up empty on its first possession of the 2nd half. And Hagelin comes back out, has a Hammers 1st and 10 from the Midway 36-yard line, the 37, and we've got a flag on the play. He called an encroachment on the offense. I don't know that I've seen that before.
I was wondering if it was a snap infraction on the center. I couldn't really tell there.
That's interesting. So handoff goes to Mason
Ball's on the
middle,
ground.
and he loses the football. And he gets it back.
Xavier Hickman stripping the ball away from the Midway ball carrier.
All
right, let's look at this Chuck Fleischman replay. Yeah, very fortunate is Ty Mason to where his body landed was right where the football was. So gifted after that fumble. As we move to under 8 minutes left to go in this third quarter, 3 wideouts to the left for Hegman. Takes a snap, 3-step drop, looks upfield. Now he's going to take it off and run with it. Crosses the 40, crosses the 45, gets across midfield, still on his feet, driving those legs down to the Harriman 40-yard line.
Number 10, ended Hagen scrambles.
Literally dragging defenders along the way. He is a very underrated runner.
So the original line of scrimmage was the 36-yard line. Gets all the way up to the 40. That's a 24-yard run for the dual threat quarterback. And now Midway has another Hammers 1st and 10. Hegland, 2 wideouts either side. Mason in the backfield to his left. Sends a man in motion, fakes the end around, and instead Hegland keeps it and stays on his feet. A couple nifty spin moves, and he'll have enough for the Hammers 1st and 10.
Midway does not get rattled at all. They're not an emotional bunch, and they stick to the game plan.
I don't know how he stayed on his feet right here as we see the Chuck Fleischman replay. Did a spinning back kick.
That's some fancy footwork right there.
I tell you, Bruce Lee would have been proud.
He's been working that ladder drill, I can tell.
Yeah. 3 wideouts to the left for Hegland. Again, has Mason in the backfield. Handoff, Mason going from left to right. Gets to the edge. Wow. And Mason gets down inside the 10-yard line.
Refusing to go down.
How about those juke moves?
He's got just enough wiggle to him that he is one hard guy to tackle, and he is strong enough to run through some arm tackles. So he's done a great job tonight.
Now watch this. This reminds me of the old R1 on the PlayStation 2. Look at this. Juke.
2 defenders.
I guess that would have been an L1.
And then dragging 3 other ones. That's what you want to see, how the running back position fall forward.
Yeah. Speaking of Bruce Lee, that time Mason's unleashing the dragon.
Still not seen a target to Goodman.
I don't care. That was funny. All right, Hegland is going to keep it. Has Mason as a lead blocker, gets inside the 5 on the Hammers 1st and goal.
He picked up some tough yardage there on a very patient run.
And you say patient. I wasn't certain he had the football because of how patient he was. It was difficult to see it because I knew he didn't hand it off, but the way he was moving. Yeah.
Yeah, he held the ball for approximately 8 seconds there.
Ball spotted at the 4-yard line, 2nd and goal. Hegland, 3 wideouts to the left, 1 to the right. Quick drop, quarterback draw, and gets to the end zone. Hegland, touchdown, Midway.
Number 10.
Harriman just lost contain. Easy run for the quarterback.
Takes the ball into the end zone.
And I tell you,
Midway.
these quarterback runs, that's going to loosen up that secondary for Harriman, and that's going to open up the throw game a little bit.
To say the least, the Midway wide receiver, number 1, took off running inside. Cornerback followed, easy running lane.
So now, with a 1-point lead, Midway's going to line up and go for 2. And, of course, the point of this is you're playing football and you think Harriman can kick a field goal to tie this thing up. So instead, you try to avoid that. Hegland, handoff, Mason.
Reverse.
No, it's a reverse. And Snow has it. Jackson Snow is stopped short of the goal line. That two-point conversion fails. And so the score remains 21-20, which was the final score last year.
And that wasn't a reverse. Even tricked me up here.
Yeah.
But fell short. Good job by Harriman.
OEB Law is excited to be a part of this year's football season. School spirit is at an all-time high. OEB Law is proud to give back and support our community. Come cheer on these great teams with us. And remember, if you've been injured or need legal help, OEB Law will be there for you. So visit wreckintoacheck.com or give us a call, 865-546-1111, and let OEB Law turn your wreck into a check.
Back at your OEB Law Game of the Week, would like to thank Randy Ellis for sponsoring tonight's game, Roane County Commission Chairperson. And he says, go Blue Devils. Randy is a graduate of Harriman High School and supports the Blue Devils. He's proud to serve the 2nd District of Roane County and wants to make Roane County a better place for us all. That is Randy Ellis. As Midway lines up, Dylan Cowell will have place-kicking duties for this Davis Funeral Homes kickoff. Back deep to receive for Harriman again is Thomas Brown. Cowell sends a high spinner, and that is taken, fielded cleanly for Harriman. And with some running room is Stubbs, and Brady Stubbs gets it up to the 36-yard line, and that is where Harriman will take over with the Hammers 1st and 10.
Number 9, Stubbs on the return. Take it out to about the 37.
Stubbs is a good athlete, maybe not who you want catching that kickoff if you're Midway.
Harriman takes over 1st and 10.
But the Green Wave did a good job.
And defensively for Midway, they have done nothing special tonight. They have mainly just sent 3 to 4 defenders after the quarterback each time.
You see that scoring drive from Midway, 7 plays, 69 yards, 3:25 off the clock. So now here is Tadarius Boyd, drops a snap and tries to find Brown on a very quick screen, and that goes for negative yardage.
Yeah, that's a situation where you're going to see Tadarius Boyd just, make something happen with his feet or throw the ball away. Usually when the ball hits the ground on a snap, there's nothing good that's going to come out of that in high school football. So you've got to be able to improvise, run, or throw the ball away. Don't take a big loss.
Now, I thought Harriman could have run Boyd a little bit in their last drive. We saw Midway come out and actually do that. So I'm wondering if you don't see that a little bit from Harriman this drive as Boyd empties the backfield. 3 wideouts to the left, 2 to the right. Takes a snap, 5-step drop, looks, fires. That pass is complete. And that goes to Cam Clark. Clark is very reliable. A pickup of, let's call it 13. I think the PA guy got it right. That'll bring up 3rd and a long one.
And I tell you, Harriman's had a lot of success with the medium crossing routes all night long. So let's see if Midway makes an adjustment. Again, Midway playing soft coverage. They're only sending 3 guys normally up front, and that's just a defensive line and dropping everybody else in coverage. So, you've got 8 guys potentially defending, 4 to 5 offensive players for Harriman.
Yeah.
So Midway has the numbers.
I think this is a perfect time for a quarterback draw. Although we got a linebacker blitz.
He's got room.
He does. Boyd takes off around the right side, loses the football, and Midway's got it. Covering that up was the senior, Brady Snow.
And Aaron, guess who came in big again for Midway? Connor Conlon, stripping that ball away from the Harriman offensive player. Big-time play.
And that's very unfortunate. As you see.
Watch 58 come up here, get his hands around, poke that ball out.
Yeah.
Big number 77 falls on the cookie. Good job.
Got to have it high and tight. And that time, Boyd did not.
I've said this several times tonight. I have not seen very many targets for Goodman. he is one of their better offensive weapons.
Quick out for Midway, and Harriman plays it well, but lets him get away. Coming up the sidelines, Jackson Snow. He's got one man to beat. It's Clark. Does beat him. And is tackled from behind at the 1 yard line by Stubbs. So immediately, a 45-yard gain on first down, and Midway is a yard away from 6 points. Nothing.
3 missed tackles right there.
Yeah, there's no way. And Stubbs, it looked like almost gave up on that play.
And he almost fumbled the ball there, too.
Yeah.
So heads-up play by Stokes getting downfield and making a good tackle there. Or, I'm sorry, Brady Stubbs.
Now a power set, quarterback draw, touchdown Midway. How about that? You run like a goal line set with your quarterback in a shotgun position.
And Midway has, I'm serious, Aaron, they've done that play as long as I can remember. I don't know if you remember another quarterback running back for Midway by the name of Harley Davison.
Yeah.
That looks a lot like the old school Midway.
Results in 6 points, and now Dylan Cowell
Huge
will line
extra
up to
point here, guys.
Yeah, it is. Snap, set, kick, no good, off the crossbar. Now, when you said huge extra point, now this is a 7-point game instead of an 8-point game. That changes things just a little bit.
We have plenty of time. Let's see what happened on the kick. High snap.
Harriman, 20.
Yeah. Just came off the side of his foot a little bit, it looked like. Folks, this is a good ball game. Stick with us.
Hi, I'm Ray Varner, and we've got the vehicles you need to make the most of this season.
Whether you're exploring the great outdoors or cheering on your favorite team, let's take your fall to the next level. In a 2017 F-150 Crew Cab XLT 4x4, $38,990. 2020 Ford Escape Titanium All-Wheel Drive, $29,990. 2017 Subaru Outback Limited, $23,899. At Ray Varner Ford in Clinton, we are your East Tennessee Ford dealership. Come and see us today. Shop RayVarnerFord.com.
Midway tacking on 6 more points, leads this football game 27-20. Get this, they needed 2 plays to go 46 yards, and only 52 seconds came off the clock, so Midway strikes quickly. If you remember, their last scoring drive took 3:05 off the clock, I want to say. 3:25? Here's the Davis Funeral Home kickoff. It's Cowell calling for a fair catch and making it. Was not the guy who originally called for the fair catch, but that's okay. Brady Stubbs says, I'm going to make sure we get this. I'm not gonna chance it. Looked like he stepped straight in front of Javier Ibarra.
30-yard line.
So Harriman takes over with a Hammers 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Now let's see how Harriman responds here. Tadarius Boyd has really fit in this offense well, and he's took a big command of this. So let's see how he responds here. He's looked really good so far in this ballgame.
Now he's got one-on-one coverage on top side with Jordan McCullough.
And he's open.
Yes, he is. And that ball is going for McCullough, and it is picked off. Coming from the safety position is Emmett Hegland. That was a 50-50 ball, and Hegland goes up and makes the grab over the 6'6" freshman.
And having the ball on the left side of the left hash allowed that safety to squeak over there, just enough room to make that interception.
Huge play by Midway, as now the Greenway will have an opportunity to add to the lead with 2:37 left to go in the third quarter. Ball spotted at the 39-yard line. Hegland, 2 wideouts either side. Ty Mason in the backfield, sends a man in motion, and that man will get the handoff. Gets to the 40, to the outside, gets to the 48. A flag comes down, and on the carry, it is Seth Gordon.
Number 3, Seth Gordon on the carry. brought down by number 7.
And it's a hold on Midway, so that positive gain will be backed up. Let's see if we can see it on our screen here on the Chuck Fleischman replay. Missed tackle. Stubbs comes in. Missed tackle.
I think it was on this bottom wide receiver just out of the screen.
Yeah, with the timing of the flag, we wouldn't have been able to see it. It was out of our focus there. So play results in a negative 1 yard. It will be Hammers first and 11 after the hold. And now Heglin's confused. He doesn't know what the play is.
They're going to try to make it to the 2-minute.
Midway's going to take a timeout. Confused on this 1st and 11. Midway leads at 27-20.
Midway 27, Harriman 20.
I am a Simplicity dealer. This business is my life, my career. If you need a new mower, I'll help you choose the model that will make your property look its very best, and even let you take a test drive. When it does need service, you can rely on my factory service training and genuine parts. Because I don't just sell products, I build relationships. I am a Simplicity dealer.
S.L. Bowman & Sons, 524 North Front Street in Rockwood.
Back at your OEB Law Game of the Week. OEB has a terrific team of lawyers, paralegals, legal assistants, and support staff that knows the effect a car wreck or injury can have on a person. Their team works extremely hard to help resolve their claims so they can move forward from a tragic incident and focus on rebuilding and recovering their life with a full and fair compensation, whether it's through a settlement or a lawsuit. OEB Law, go to reckontoacheck.com or call 865-546-1111. Speaking of 11, 1st and 11, as Hagelin comes back out on the field, sends 2 wideouts to the far side, 1 to the near. Handoff goes to Mason. Mason tries to get the outside, does not. Brought down by Dylan Coca.
He is a dandy defensive player for Harriman. He's all over the play, and he really reads that option well for Harriman.
A loss of 3 brings up 2nd and 14. Same set for Midway. Hagelin drops back, lets Goodman it fly up the field, and it's through his receiver's hands, no good. But yeah, not able to find Goodman.
Nick Pelfrey, excellent coverage on one of the better wide receivers in that region, Aaron. Dandy job.
We're going to bring up 3rd and long for the Midway.
So that brings up 3rd and long. So Midway in danger of not being able to capitalize off of that big turnover. Let's see what they call here. And again, same formation. Hagelin takes a snap. Quick drop, looks for a man over the middle, and that pass is caught.
Heads-up play by the Midway wide receivers. Brewer did an excellent job of catching that football because it was an absolute duck coming out of the quarterback's hands. And that's a hard ball to catch.
Yeah, Cam Clark there on the coverage, and I thought he might have gotten there a little bit early.
All right, let's see what happens here on 4th down with your quarterback punter, who has already faked one tonight.
Yes, he has. Emmett Hagelin, a dual threat quarterback, is also the punter. So let's see what happens this time. Back deep to receive for Harriman looks like Cam Clark. And it has been Thomas Brown out there all night. So Hagelin gets the punt off. It lands and dies at the 34-yard line. I'm sorry, the 24-yard line. And that's where Harriman will take over with the Hammers 1st and 10.
At the 24-yard line, where Harriman will take over 1st and 10.
So Harriman able to come up with that defensive stop off of that turnover. Trailing this game by 7 with 21 seconds left to go in the third quarter. Midway in a cover 2 set. Flag on the play. A little awkward on the snap. I believe they're going to get Harriman with a false start. And they do.
False start.
So now we have a Hammers 1st and 15.
Harriman was definitely going deep there. Looked like they were targeting Thomas Brown. Play clock is getting low at 8 seconds. Have to see some urgency here to get this snap off.
3 seconds, 2 seconds, snap is off. Here's Boyd, rolls to his right, lets that ball fly, and it's Cam Clark with a great catch.
What a catch by Cam Clark again. This guy has blues all over his hands. I don't know how he's catching some of these balls. He is a very good wide receiver for Harriman.
I don't either, but that's the final play of the third quarter. Harriman will have the football when we start the final period of this game, trailing by 7 with a 2nd and 7 on your OEB Law Game of the Week.
OEB Law is excited to be a part of this year's football season. School spirit is at an all-time high. OEB Law is proud to give back and support our community. Come cheer on these great teams with us. And remember, if you've been injured or need legal help, OEB Law will be there for you. So visit wreckintoacheck.com or give us a call, 865-546-1111, and let OEB Law turn your wreck into a check.
Back at your OEB Law Game of the Week. I want to let you know that OEB does donate a $1,000 check to the homeschool during Rivalry Thursday and our game tonight. So this week, the check goes to Harriman, and that goes to a school or club that exhibits school spirit. And we thank Tim Elrod and OEB Law for allowing us to be here first off, because wow, this has been a great game, and it's nice. I hate to brag about it, but I haven't had to pay admission all season to see football, which is awesome.
Exactly.
And I want to thank OEB for that, but also thank OEB for giving out, helping the community, giving that $1,000 check to the home teams, and also allowing us to bring this broadcast to you at home. So here is Tadarius Boyd, drops back, tries to set up the screen, and really not much there, and throws it over his receiver's head, Stokes, and that probably wasn't that bad of a thing.
No, he just was backtracking too much and threw the ball awkwardly off his back foot, which was an incompletion.
Oh, yeah, and reading it there for Midway, it was Meza. Meza recognized the screen and stopped going for the quarterback and backed off into coverage and allowed that to happen for Midway. So now Boyd faces a 3rd and 7, has 3 wideouts to his left, 1 to his right. That 1 is McCullough. Boyd, again, straight drop, looks way downfield, looking for McCullough, and that pass is almost complete, but we're going to have a pass interference call. McCullough is a playmaker.
Obviously, because Midway had 3 defenders on him, and the ball still went through his hands. So
yeah.
Good placed ball by the quarterback. Demanded pass interference.
And that is 15 yards from the spot of the foul, which will be certainly enough for the Hammers 1st and 10. So Harriman keeps the drive alive.
Pass interference on the Greenways. The automatic first down. Blue Devils.
Ball spotted at the 42-yard line of Harriman.
I tell you, number 19's got a bright future in football if he sticks with it and really works on his route running.
Yeah, and, this is the second game where we've had Harriman where we didn't see him in the first half.
Yep.
He's lined up far to the left this time. Handoff goes to Stokes. Stokes has a lot of running room up the middle. Pickup of 11. Finally brought down by Tom Mason. But that's another Hammers 1st and 10.
First and 10.
Stokes is really quick guy. He's hard to see behind those big offensive linemen of Harriman. And he will burn you. Mason coming in big with a good tackle for Midway. So Stokes is not an easy guy to tackle in open field there.
One thing that I love about small ball is you get players that have to play both ways. So you get to see Tom Mason, a fierce running back, but also you get to see him on the defensive side. I really like that about single A football. As here's Boyd's pass, it's complete to Campbell.
Boyd's pass complete to number 7.
And Kamai Campbell picks up 2 yards.
Number 9, Tucker Basham.
Tucker Basham coming in with a really good tackle there, preventing the big play.
7 for the Blue Devils.
Yep. Great play. Those are the only 2 players within 10 yards of anybody else.
Yeah, if he doesn't get him down, he's scoring.
Yeah.
One-on-one coverage up top.
Yeah, safety help, though. Boyd looks. He's got some running room, and then he's going to take off. Gets to the 40, still on his feet, down to the 30 when he's run out of bounds. And that is another Hammers 1st and 10.
Now, do you see what happened there? Throwing the ball down the field is what made that play the quarterback able to run out there because he had safety help on that number 1 wide receiver on number 6. Safety was occupied with a running wide receiver, which opened the field. All you have to do is outrun the linebackers.
Which Tadarius Boyd is very capable of doing, as he showed there. And guess who he outran? Connor Conlon.
Yeah, Colin was slow getting up. He fell kind of awkwardly over there on that sideline of Midway, so hopefully he's up.
We got a stoppage and play. I'm not exactly sure why. I thought we might have been getting a timeout, but that's not what the official indicated right there. And I don't see a flag on the field.
Was it an official timeout? Here we go.
Oh, I guess we did have a penalty. I didn't see it. It's an unsportsmanlike conduct on Harriman. That's a 15-yard penalty.
I didn't see it.
I didn't either.
It must happen on the sideline.
Conduct against the Blue Devils.
And that is a huge penalty because Harriman picked up the first down. So you move the chains. You've got 1st and 10. Then you back them up 15 yards, and you've got a 1st and 25. So after that penalty, the ball is spotted at the 46-yard line, which is exactly where Harriman had it on their last 1st and 10. Boyd, handoff, Stokes, nothing. Less than nothing.
Yeah, Midway won the battle up front. They sent 4 to Harriman's 5, 6 on 4 there. Harriman should have won that battle. Midway only elected to send 4, pressure with 4, sent that outside linebacker off the edge, and he was able to tackle the Harriman running back for a little bit of a loss.
They gave him the line of scrimmage.
Okay.
Yeah, it's still 2nd and 25.
But that's a battle that Harriman should win. They had numbers there, and they lost that battle.
Yeah.
That's a good job by the Midway defense.
And we can hear the officials yelling from up here. He said offsides. And that's what it is. That's an offsides against Midway. So now you'll have 2nd and 20, which is a little bit better.
It is, but I like the referee's communication skills. Instead of walking all the way over there, letting the head judge know what's going on, he just gets a good old Mountain Holler.
Yeah, why not? Why not? Midway has one linebacker on the field. Reminded me of that Mustang package that John Chavis used to run. And Boyd is in big trouble. Makes the first guy miss, but not the second. Hey, I'll give you one guess at who's there to get that tackle.
Conlon.
That is Connor Conlon.
I tell you, he's working his way into a good defensive MVP for tonight. He has been all over the field, an instrumental piece of this Midway defense, which isn't doing anything fancy here. They're keeping the Harriman athletes in front of them. They're sending minimal pressure, keeping those guys in coverage, and it has worked so far. Trying to limit the big plays of Midway.
Now here's the thing, it's the fourth quarter. You got 8.5 minutes left to go in this game, and Harriman has a 3rd and 26.
Keeping screen or draw or number 19.
It is a wide receiver screen to Cam Clark, a play that Harriman's had a lot of success with, but this time Midway was waiting for it.
And not a bad pickup really on a little wide receiver screen there.
But now if you're Harriman, you got to punt this football away, as we've got, looks like a couple injured players on the field. Well, I'm trying to see on the Chuck Fleischman replay what happened. The two guys that made the tackle were the two guys that were slow to get up, and then they did get up, but now Cam Clark looks like he's battling cramps.
Yeah, and that's the worst time for Cam Clark to be getting cramps right now with 8 minutes left in the fourth quarter, and that's your best wide receiver so far in this game. Somebody better be making a run to the grocery store and get some bananas. You got to have him.
Gatorade. We'll go ahead and take a break. This is your OEB Law Game of the Week.
You call your agent with a
simple question, only to get sent to voicemail again. We pick up the phone. Get this. Hello, this is Sam. How can I help you? Like I said, we pick up the phone because it's ringing. That's simple human sense.
Ask Griffin Insurance Agency in Kingston if auto owners make sense for you.
Hello, this is Sam.
1952.
It's like Clark had an earpiece in his ear. Oh, they went to break. Oh, okay, I can go now. Thomas Brown in to punt this football away. A really nice punt. Lands at the 16, takes a Harriman bounce, and falls dead at the 13, and that's where Midway will take over with 7:45 left to go in this game and a 7-point lead.
Midway will take over first and 10. Once again, fans reminder, hot dogs, hamburgers, pretzels, half price at the concession stand. Half price at the concession stand. Everything's got to go half price at the concession stand.
Everything is half price at the concession stand right now. I could really go for a cheeseburger to sit back and enjoy the rest of this one. It's been a great football game. Heglin, two wideouts either side.
Man coverage.
Pistol set. And Ty Mason gets the handoff out of the backfield. A flag does come in.
Looked like holding there on the Midway offensive lineman.
Down by number 19, Jordan McCullum. Flags on the play.
Looked like it's on Christian Webb, the big senior.
To either side. And that's what it is. You nailed it.
And again, we sometimes in broadcasting, you only mention the offensive line when they do get a penalty. But I tell you, the offensive lines for both of these two teams have played a very good ball game tonight.
I would agree with that. But I would also, if I didn't agree with it, I would defer to you because you know a lot more about that than I do. So here's Hagelin out of the penalty. Hammers first and 17. Screen pass goes to his wideout. That pass is complete. Crosses the 10, gets to about the 12. And on the reception for Midway is the guy you've been looking for all night, Caleb Goodman. And I believe that's his first reception tonight.
It is, and it's his second target of the entire game, which is sort of shocking.
Second down and 9 for the Greenways.
Gets
Nothing
up.
special, just a quick, easy wide receiver screen.
Yeah.
Midway offensive line did a great job getting out there and getting their hats on some DBs.
Midway, just inside the original line of scrimmage, has a 2nd and 9.5. Hagelin fakes the handoff, looks downfield, and batted away. Great defensive effort that time. And making the play is Nick Pelfrey.
Again, he has had another guy that's had a great ball game here. As you see the cornerback sticking in the pocket of the wide receiver, coming across the body and swatting the ball away. You can't coach that any better than that.
Yeah, Pelfrey's been on Goodman like flies on pins. Third and 9. Hagelin out of that same formation. Quick drop, lets it fly upfield. Beautiful pass, but
hey, we've got a tie. Who's the ball go to?
Goes the offense normally.
And that's it. What a battle.
Yeah, Clark was there. Clark was there. Made a great play. Just couldn't wrestle it away.
What a play. See on the replay.
Caught by Midway.
They both have the ball. Tie goes to the offense.
Yeah. And that's Jackson Snow.
Ain't that a perfect way to sum this ball game up?
It is. Yeah, it's been a gridlock all night long. Hammers 1st and 10. Designed carry for Hagelin, and Hagelin, look at him go. Picks up an 11. Has enough for another Hammers 1st and 10.
The quarterback keeper.
Impressive. Very good run by the quarterback. He's dragging big number 60, Dylan Coca, along for the ride, and that's one of their better football players here at Harriman. So good job by the Midway offense. Keeping it simple.
Yeah, and Midway took over with just under 8 minutes left to go. Now you've got 5.5 minutes to go. And so Midway taking all the time off the clock that they can.
Harriman has got to try to force a turnover.
High snap, handled by Hagelin. He's going to have to take off. He's got Mason as the lead blocker. Gets around the right side and finally brought down as he crosses midfield. Gets up to the 48-yard line, and that's a good pickup of 7.
Brought down by number 7.
And no, they're going to give him 6. No, they're going to give him 7. Make up your mind. Okay, we've got a 2nd and 3. Good pickup on first down. And when you've got a dual-threat quarterback like that, it really opens up the playbook for you.
It really does. It's frustrating as a defensive coach, and you've got a quarterback that can throw like him and also beat you with his legs.
2nd and 3. Mason gets the handoff. Starts left, cuts it back up the middle. Gets close to the first down, but he's going to be just shy of it. We'll bring up 3rd and short.
Big number 71, Chase Johnson, in on the tackle.
Brought down by number 71, Chase Johnson.
And now they're going to give him the Hammers 1st and 10.
1st and 10 Greenways.
A little late there.
45-yard line.
I don't know. It's hard to see on that replay.
Midway getting the call from the sideline.
Closing in on the 4-minute mark to go in this game. Hagelin, same formation we've seen from Midway all night. Gets the shotgun snap. Handoff goes to Ty Mason. Mason tries to break it outside. Cannot. Is tripped up and then finished off. And Xavier Hickman finished him off, but Cam Clark was there to start that one.
He didn't pick up a big gain there, but he did his job, and that was keep that clock moving.
Yep, 2nd and 10 now is what Midway will have in no hurry whatsoever. 20 seconds on the play clock. Three and a half left to go in the game. Hagelin drops back to pass. He's looking long. There on the coverage was Stubbs. Stubbs, wonderful coverage that time on Jackson Snow.
Stuck in his back pocket. No separation at all. Good job by the Harriman defensive backfield.
As we see on this Chuck Fleischman replay, I was looking. I think Harriman disguised their coverage a little bit. It didn't look like they were going to have safety help. And then right around the snap.
Bailed out.
Yeah. So that does stop the clock with 3:18 left to go in this one. 10 seconds on the play clock. Haglund looking over the middle. That pass is dropped. Snow had it, and then he didn't.
That's a big drop right there.
Snow's dropped.
Yeah, that brings up 4th and 10. So your dual threat quarterback / punter / safety will be in punt formation. And back deep to receive is Clark.
This is a big punt here, and that is an understatement, guys. Got to see clean football out of the Harriman returner, and you've got to keep the quarterback / punter honest here.
And this time Haglund will let it go. That ball lands at the 12 and takes a Harriman bounce down at the 13-yard line. And that is where the Blue Devils will take over with 3:07 left to go in this game, trailing 7 points. This is what you get into this profession for.
Yeah, it's games like this, and not just in broadcasting, but in coaching and playing the game. Games like this is why you play the game. It's so exciting. It gets your blood flowing. And, you'll remember these type games the rest of your life.
Yeah. You think this season is riddled with COVID-19, and you hear all these things like comorbidities. I think being a football fan is a comorbidity because of the strain it puts on your heart. Here's Boyd on the Hammers 1st and 10, tries to find Campbell, slips out of his hands, pass is incomplete, brings up 2nd and 10.
A rare drop out of Campbell. Came at a pretty instrumental time here in the 4th quarter. That play clock is already running down. Harriman hasn't got back to the huddle yet.
Blue Devils do have all 3 timeouts, which I think is significant, as they send the big freshman McCollum in. And he'll go out wide to the left. 2 safeties over the top for Midway. Boyd rolls out to his right, looking for something to materialize, and it does. And it's McCollum.
Really good catch. Run all the way across the field. Nobody was there. Quarterback kept it happening with his feet. Identified a target down the field, made a good pass. It's really good catch by 19.
And look at that, just a crossing route.
Making something out of nothing.
And it's incredible. If you're Midway, you have to know that this kid is going to get targets, and you can't do anything about it.
You can't coach size, Aaron.
Again, McCollum splits out wide to the left. 2 wide receivers either side for Boyd. Takes a snap, short drop, lets it fly upfield. That pass is complete. That goes to Thomas Brown. Gets the chains moving again.
Plenty of time left. 2:19 left to go. Let's see some urgency. Getting to the line of scrimmage. We've got a player down here, it looks like. Well, he's up again. Good catch.
Yeah, it looks like Midway was playing zone coverage right there, and Brown just found a soft spot. Sat down.
Do not force the football in.
Boyd lets it fly and lets that one go out of bounds.
Boyd's pass is thrown out of bounds. It'll bring up 2nd down and 10.
157.
From their own 42-yard line.
And we've got a player down.
Brown for Harriman might be down on the play.
Oh, goodness. I didn't see anything over there. What's he holding? He's in a lot of pain. With under 2 minutes left to go in this game. The thing that concerns me with that I hope that it's a cramp and just a cramp.
Once again, fans, we remind you, everything at the concession stand, half price. Half price at the concession stand, half price.
I don't know, though.
Yeah. It's not a good sign where they're looking at right now, so prayers for that young man.
Let's see if Chuck Fleischman can help us out a little bit here. He's look, he's over there on the sidelines. He was just walking. Everything was fine.
Yeah, he was slow to get up a play or two ago, so it's probably just something continuing to move forward. But they're working on that left hip, and that's not really a good sign.
Okay, so here we see Brown he's fine. Okay, so he's able to get up on his own power, but he is holding his hip, so that's something to be concerned with. Now, Harriman did make the change of sending Brown back deep on punts and put Clark back there instead, and you wonder if maybe he's not been hobbled by something already.
Yeah, potentially, but, he is one of your better offensive weapons for you. So that's a big something big that'll hurt you here.
So Boyd is minus Brown. Takes a snap quickly, gets it out to Stokes in the backfield. Stokes, no running room, but somehow makes 3 guys miss. He gets up to the 45-yard line and picks up 3. And we'll bring up 3rd and 7.
What he didn't do was get out of bounds, so that clock is continuing to run. That is a big learning experience for that young man. Get upfield, continue to run, and get what you can to get out of bounds.
Yeah.
It's him stopping there costed him some yards and costed his team a lot of time.
Yeah, under a minute and a half left to play. We've got 3 wideouts to the short side of the field. Boyd drops back, lets it go. That pass is caught by Clark.
But we have a flag on the play.
So Clark is right at the sticks, and that play is
looked like
in the backfield.
Harriman was not set before the ball was snapped.
Yeah. Yeah, you've got
false start on the Blue
a
Devils.
false start, an illegal motion.
5-yard penalty.
And that is a big one.
Yeah, and that's on your quarterback. You've got to get up there, make sure everyone is set before you snap that ball.
And the clock, once the ball is set, the clock will start running again.
Significant penalty here in this ball game.
There it is. A minute and 15 left to go in this game. Coach Tapp has 3 timeouts, and he's 56 yards away from the end zone. Make that 59 yards as Boyd takes a snap. Lets it go deep down the field, looking for his big man, and it is off his fingertips. No good. Threw it to double coverage. And Harriman has a 4th and 11, so if Midway can get a stop right here, they are going to walk out of Harriman with a big victory. It's unbelievable to me that McCollum had 2 guys on him and still got his paws on that.
Yeah, it helps when you're about 6'6", 6'5". He is somebody that this community really needs to invest some time in and teach him the game of football. And I think rewards will definitely be coming later on.
And now Harriman will take a timeout to talk about this huge 4th and 11. Hey, Randy Ellis, Roane County Commission chairperson, says, "Go Blue Devils." Randy, a graduate of Harriman High School and supports the Blue Devils. Proud to serve the 2nd District of Roane County and wants to make Roane County a better place for us all. That is Randy Ellis, who's sitting on the edge of his seat at the conclusion of this one like the rest of us. Would like to also thank all of our sponsors tonight. Of course, OEB Law, Hammers, Davis Funeral Home, Chuck Fleischman. You hear us say those a lot. But also want to give a shout out to Harriman Utility Board, Oak Ridge Utility District, Evans Mortuary, SL Bowman and Sons, Griffin Insurance, and Ray Varner Ford.
You ready for this score update?
Yeah, let's hear it.
Kings Academy, 42, Oneida 19.
Ouch.
Talk about a second half adjustments for the Kings Academy.
Yeah, that sends Oneida on a 3-game losing streak. So this could determine it. 5 wide. Boyd steps out, lets it go way up the field. He's got a man there, and it's tipped around and dropped.
What a way to end this ball game. Going back and forth all the way to the very last play.
Tucker Basham, if you watch this Chuck Fleischman replay, could tell it was coming, throws his arms up in the air.
Targeting Thomas Brown.
Yeah. And Basham, he didn't play the football. But what he did do was he created a disturbance and kept Thomas Brown from being able to catch that football, and that's all that it took. And Midway is going to be able to get in victory formation. And for the first time tonight, we will see Hegland under center. Takes a snap, takes a knee, and Midway will. Now, I'm looking at the play clock. I'm looking at the game clock. There's 1 second more on the play clock than the game clock, so that should be the final play of this game.
And Harriman has nothing to hang their head low for. They battled hard all night long, scored 20 points against this stingy Midway defense, and held Midway, a very potent offense, to 27 points. So Harriman, I was really impressed with tonight, and I see a lot of stuff to build off of for the future of Harriman.
Yeah, and you see the emotion on the field for Harriman as you see Stokes. He's parked his rear end at the 30-yard line, and he's visually upset. And, of course, he is, because this was such a big game for Harriman to try to get into the playoffs. Now, that doesn't mean that their playoff hopes are gone. They are not, but this was a big game that is going to put Harriman way behind the 8 ball. Now for Midway, what this does is it keeps the opportunity alive for a 3-way tie for first place, or it keeps the opportunity alive if you don't get that tie for first place, then you're still fighting for a home playoff game, which is huge for this Midway football team. Going into this season, I don't know that I would have believed that we would be sitting here at week 8 talking about Midway possibly working towards a regular season region championship. And that just speaks to the job that Coach Ron Treadway has done as you see him there talking to his football team and letting them know how big of a road victory this was, because Harriman came ready to play tonight.
They did. So did Midway. And this is a classic Roane County football game that we've seen many times. Harriman played a heck of a ball game, had a good strategy going in, and was aggressive. And that's good to see. Midway played Midway football, did nothing special on the defense, and really capitalized on some mistakes of Harriman. Got out here with a big win.
So let's look at these stats. Brought to you by OEB Law, of course. First downs, Midway had 14, Harriman had 11. Well, that's close. Rushing yards, Harriman had 51. Midway got the advantage with 123, and I think a lot of that was Hegland able to run the football out of that quarterback position. Passing yards, 209 for Midway, 189 for Harriman. That's close. Total yards, 332, 240. So ultimately, Midway able to run the ball better, and that's how they got the total yards advantage. And if you look at time of possession, Midway had the ball for like 3 minutes more at the end of the first half. They ended with 5 minutes more at the end of this ball game. 25-50 for Midway to 20-30 for Harriman. Penalties, about the same. 8 for 65 for Midway, 7 for 57. Turnovers, 1-1. You look at the final stats, and the final stats are indicative of the kind of game that we saw.
Yeah, classic hard-fought ball game. The stats were basically even all the way down the line. A little more penalties than I would have liked to see, but overall, really classic ball game. Hard hits, big catches, big plays, big runs, big throws, big hits.
Hey, yeah, a lot of those penalties were aggressive. You had 2 or 3 horse collars. You had 1 horse collar that could have been called, maybe should have been called. It wasn't. You had a couple face masks tonight. So you had two teams out here that came and gave it their all. And it was a fun football game to watch because of that.
Overall, great atmosphere tonight. The smoke from the concession by all the local authorities, law enforcement, EMTs, providing security and safety for everyone involved, and a great job by the cameramen and producers.
Goodness
here
gracious!
Tonight.
I was just looking at that replay again. I didn't spot it the first time, but Brown had a hand on that football and then had an opportunity to bat it to himself. How many times did we see that tonight?
Several.
Bobbled footballs that turned into catches.
I'm liking the transition of Harriman offense. You know, the old traditional triple handoff that Travis Tapp is known for, option football, and they're transitioning to a more spread-friendly, athlete-friendly offense, and I think Harriman has a bright future changing it up offensively.
Not only that, but Tadarius Boyd, a sophomore, taking over. This is his first year with starting quarterback duties, and you're gonna see him in a Harriman Blue Devil jersey for another 2 full complete seasons.
And the best is yet to come, man.
Yeah, the way that Coach Tapp already trusts him to sling it around like he does. This Harriman football team is going to be fun to watch moving forward.
Definitely.
And then Jordan McCollum is sensational. He's a complete game changer.
Let's say this and bold it and underline it: potential. Okay.
Yeah.
His potential is elite. So if like I said, if the Harriman community can really surround these players and specifically that player, teach him how to be an all-around wide receiver, this kid is going to have a highlight reel that is going to be impressive.
All right. So Midway next week we'll have Sunbright in a region game, and looking for Harriman's schedule. I don't have it readily available. Do you have Harriman's schedule?
Nope.
Yeah, well, you know, Brad Jones does.
Brad's got everything.
Yeah, so Harriman, what Brad Jones said he did. But anyway, this battle for these final 3 weeks to see who can get into these playoffs and where they get seated will be a lot of fun to watch, and we'll be along for the ride. Now, next week, we get to head to Anderson County to watch the Mavericks play. They're taking on Chattanooga Central, and anytime you get to be there.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Chattanooga Central Purple Pounders is I don't know what a Purple Pounder is. Maybe.
Somebody enlighten us out there on Facebook. Give us a drop. Let us know what that Purple Pounder is.
I'm really looking forward to going to Anderson County, though, because they have such great facilities. And, you know, they treat us pretty well, too.
Oh, they definitely do. They know how to host a party, let me tell you. And, guys, this is going to be a knockdown drag-out, so make sure you tune in next week for the game of the week, Chattanooga Central at Anderson County. And Midway next week Harriman next week has Greenback at Greenback if all the COVID issues calm down over there.
Yeah, so, and here's the thing, if they don't, Greenback had to cancel its game this week with Coalfield. If they have to cancel next week, that's a region win for Harriman, and that gives them a leg up for that last playoff spot. So we'll watch that one. And, you know, other than that, even if Greenback does get to play, the Harriman-Greenback game would be a very good game to watch. So I want to take this opportunity to say that my oldest, my baby girl, Avalee Jordan Harvey, turns 7 tomorrow, and I know you all don't care about that, but I wanted to say it because I have the platform to do so.
And Chandler Jones turns 23 tomorrow.
And, so Brad Jones' son Chandler, our stat guy, is fortunate enough to share the same birthday as my daughter. And so he we're trying to get him on camera.
And Chandler's instrumental to this broadcast.
He really is.
He is.
There he is, carrying the big sign.
Look at him. And those checks weigh a lot, guys. Don't let it fool you because Chandler's about 6'6" or something.
Yeah, so happy birthday to Chandler. Happy birthday to Avalee. And I want to say a big thank you to Chandler. Takes care of our stats for us. Brad Jones here producing like a madman, our cameraman. And tonight we lost Jonathan McGuffin's not here, so filling in for him is Brad's other son, Trevor.
Who has done a great job tonight on the camera.
Yeah, and also Chris Bricky. I can't say enough about this BBB TV crew, and I just want you to know that, like, I don't put in the hard work that it takes to get these broadcasts on. It's these men here. They do everything, and I want to say how thankful I am to them, and I'm hoping that will result in a raise in my check next week. So I'm just kidding. That was completely sincere, I promise you. So anyway, now we're going to send it back to the BBB TV studios because we've got the 5-Star Preps Friday night scoreboard with Queener and Cox, and they'll be running through all of the final scores for tonight, taking your phone calls as well. And so make sure you tune into that. So for James Gibson, Brad Jones, our cameraman, Chandler, just everybody, I am Aaron Harvey. So long, folks.
Football is back. And OEB Law is excited for a season full of big hits, perfect plays, and those nail-biting near misses. If you've been injured, OEB Law will come to your defense and tackle any obstacles blocking you from scoring a full and fair settlement. Call OEB Law 865-546-1111 and turn your wreck into a check.
Evans Mortuary has been serving the needs of families in and around Roane County since 1976. As established members of our hometown community, we understand the security of dealing with people you know you can trust. We build our reputation on this trust. The Evans family appreciates the confidence the community has expressed in us over the years and will constantly strive to earn that favor. Evans Mortuary, 805 North Gateway.
I gotta go shower.
It's laundry night.
Dishwasher needs to run.
And the hot water wars. A Renai tankless water heater gives you an endless supply of hot water for everything you need to do.
Feel the comforts of home with natural gas. Natural gas tankless water heaters cost almost 3 times less to operate annually than the electric models. Make the switch today.
Renai, hot water for all.
I am a simplicity dealer. This business is my life, my career. If you need a new mower, I'll help you choose the model that will make your property look its very best, and even let you take a test drive. When it does need service, you can rely on my factory service training and genuine parts. Because I don't just sell products, I build relationships. I am a simplicity dealer.
S.L. Bowman & Sons, 524 North Front Street in Rockwood.
Hi, I'm Ray Varner, and we've got the vehicles you need to make the most of this season.
Whether you're exploring the great outdoors or cheering on your favorite team, let's take your fall to the next level in this new 2020 Ford F-150, $24,990. New 2020 Ford Explorer XLT, $40,986. New 2020 Ford Fusion, $19,698. At Ray Varner Ford in Clinton, we are Ford Truck Country. Come and see us today. Shop RayVarnerFord.com.
The Harriman Utility Board is committed to providing safe and reliable natural gas service to our customers in Harriman and Roane County through the use of safe operational procedures with trained and knowledgeable personnel. An odorant is added to natural gas and maintained to a certain level so that in the event of a gas leak it can be easily detected. If you smell or suspect a natural gas leak, please call the Harriman Utility Board at 882-3242. We can be reached 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Planning a funeral can be difficult at best, but it can be a lot easier if you work with people who care. That's Davis Funeral Home in Harriman and Wartburg. Davis Funeral Home gives attention to every detail, ensuring your loved ones will be remembered with honor and integrity. Davis Funeral Home works very hard to give you the most professional service possible. Davis Funeral Homes, Morgan Avenue in Harriman and Old Mill Road in Wartburg. Davis Funeral Homes, people who care.
You call your agent with a simple question, only to get sent to voicemail again. We pick up the phone. Did you get this? Hello, this is Sam. How can I help you? Like I said, we pick up the phone because it's ringing. That's simple human sense.
Ask Griffin Insurance Agency in Kingston if auto owners make sense for you.
Hello, this is Sam.
1952. That's the year Hammers opened the first store in East Tennessee. Now there are 5 stores and there's always something new. Like in Hammers' popular ladies' boutique department, you'll find the lowest price possible on new arrivals every week. Find similar deals in the men's department and the expanded rug department. Plus, special purchases always offer surprise savings. You never know what you'll find next at Hammers.
Certainly up far to the left this time. Handoff goes to Stokes. Stokes has a way of running room up the middle. Pick up over 11. On the side. You know, I really like that about single A football. As here's Boyd's pass. It's complete to Campbell. Boyd looks, he's got some running room, and he's going to take off. Gets to the 40, still on his feet, down to the 30 when he's running out of bounds. Boyd, handoff, Stokes, nothing. Less than that Mustang package that John Chavis used to run, and Boyd is in big trouble. Makes the first guy miss, but not the second.